Hello everybody, good afternoon and welcome to That's Football for our second World Cup watch-along. It's England against Iran. It's the big one if you're English. If you're not English, it's a big one because you still probably want us to lose. But I've got my Southgate Christmas jumper on. I'll talk to you about that in a minute. But England's team news is in. How are we all feeling today? Are you still feeling weird about this World Cup? I mean, I feel rejuvenated that we've actually got rid of that game from yesterday, which was, I think, probably going to be the worst game that we're going to watch in this World Cup. So things can only get better. As the great Dareem used to sing. It's going to be an interesting game. Southgate's gone with his favourites over form. I'm not going to pretend that I'm surprised by that because I'm really not. I think it was absolutely inevitable that he would end up doing that. And yeah, very, very, very pleased about it. So yeah, look. I'm not very pleased about it, actually, am I? I'm joking. Not very pleased about it at all. I would like to have seen Southgate, experiment with something called form. But obviously, he's not aware of what form is, and he's gone with his favourites, as we will see on the screen here. I'm just about to get it up. Make sure. Let me just pause that. Let me take it. Pause it. There we go. So that's the England lineup there for you. Harry Kane obviously playing up front. Maguire, yeah, that's the team. Yeah, I mean, first of all, can I just give a big shout out to OneFootball, who are sponsoring our stats screen there. Fantastic football app where you can get all your latest football news and stats. You can download it through the QR code in the top corner, or you can go through the link in the description. Fantastic football app available for free. OneFootball, get all your football news on there. Big shout out to them. And a lot of people are asking, well, I haven't looked at the chat yet. If you want to get one of these crackers, BoohooMan are sponsoring the show today, and this is where you get one of these. I'm not pro Southgate, but I am English, so I thought, you know what, let's have a bit of a banter look at it. But yeah, let's talk about the England team to start off with. I mean, let's go through it. Pickford, Trippier, Stones, Maguire, Shaw. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all. Rice and Bellingham, actually correct. I would do that. Mount, Saka, Sterling, Kane. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised by that team at all. I'm really not. But, you know, I think that if I'm being absolutely honest, this is a tournament that's being played in November. A week ago, the Premier League was being played. Why would you not go for players that are playing well in the Premier League? This is not about who got you qualified or who played in the Euros 2 years ago. Southgate is just Solskjaer. He's an English Solskjaer. He's got his favourites and he sticks by it. And he's stubborn and it might work and we might win the World Cup. But if we win the World Cup, we will win the World Cup Southgate's way. And I think there's a better... My issue is, I think there's a better way of doing well in this World Cup. Ramsdale should be in goal. He's the best goalkeeper in England. He's top of the league. Why is Jordan Pickford in goal for England? I say it because I believe it, and people will say stop being negative, but Aaron Ramsdale's the best goalkeeper in England. He's top of the league. He's one of the reasons Arsenal are top of the league, top of the Premier League, the greatest league in the world. Arsenal are top. Ramsdale's English. Why is Pickford in goal? Oh, because he's never done anything wrong for England. This mentality is not what makes you great. Elite mentality. There is no way Pep Guardiola would put Pickford in goal. He wouldn't. He'd put Ramsdale in goal. Right back, Trippier, no problem. Stone, centre back, no problem. Maguire is a huge risk. I'd say it's the same as Pickford, if I'm being fair, even as a United fan. He's hardly played for Manchester United. He's never put a foot wrong for England. Didn't he play shit in the last game for England? So, again, Maguire's probably worse than Pickford. It's pure favouritism. He was crap for England in the last game. He's not playing for Man United. It's pure favouritism. Luke Shaw at left back, we've got nobody else. Bellingham and Rice, completely agree. Mount isn't having a good season. Phil Foden should be playing, but he hasn't got a bloody clue. I look back to Italia 90. Bobby Robson just got Gaza involved. For me, Foden could be our Gaza. Mount, I like Mount, but he ain't Phil Foden. He should be starting. Raheem Sterling, another player that's just not in form that starts. Harry Kane, fine. Saka, fine. So for me, Sterling, Maguire, Pickford, very lucky to be starting. And Mount. 4 players, really. I would replace Sterling, I would replace Mount, I would replace Maguire, and I would replace the goalkeeper. 4 players in that team are in it on pure favouritism, and I'll argue that with anyone. I don't think it's going to stop us having a good World Cup, but do I want a manager like this? No, I don't want a manager that picks favourites. I want a manager that picks people on form. And we've got a manager that picks people on favourites. Everyone says how good Iran, USA and Wales. The moment we beat them easily, everyone will backtrack, says Nick. Well, I'm expecting us to beat them easily, Nick. I'm expecting them to beat them easy. Why do we see Southgate at all the Premier League games if he's not picking based on form, says Brian. And Mark, if you think Southgate is bad, wait until you see the USA manager, says the HPN. I'm looking forward tonight. I'm looking forward to that game tonight. I'm looking forward to it tonight. I'm going to talk about this... One Love badge, armband that England were meant to wear that they haven't worn. Your clock is not counting down, Clockbridge. Good luck on the game. The clock's not working at the moment, Basil. It shouldn't be working. It shouldn't even be on. So thank you very much for notifying me of that. Okay, yeah. So look, give us your thoughts in the chat. Would you put Grealish at left wing, number 10, and Foden at 10? Look, I was reading some people today. I respect a lot of opinions, as you know. I was reading a lot of people today, and they were going... No way Foden should play, doesn't play well for England. Whose responsibility is that? Phil Foden is the best attacking midfielder we've got. You can't say it's okay to bench him because he doesn't do anything for England. That's on the manager. You know, that is on the manager. That's not on Phil Foden. I personally think it's a joke, but that's my opinion. I think we'll win today. I didn't realise Carlos Queiroz was still the manager of Iran, by the way. Iran have got a really good player. I can't remember what his name is. Plays for Leverkusen. I forget what his name is, but let me know. Did your mum dress you today? This is a Christmas jumper. It's in honour of Southgate. It says England on it. Look, woo, England. It's a bit of, you know, Christmas is coming. It's not the summer. It's pissing down with rain and it's dark outside. I know. Asman, that's his name. I know it's I know we're watching the telly and it's sunny, but this is not June. It's coming towards the end of November. Watch Saka play at left wing back, says Matthew. Hopefully he won't be doing that. I don't think he will be doing that. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. No, this is a Christmas jumper in honour of our manager of England. Because today's Watchalong is supported by BoohooMan. BoohooMan is all about looking good and feeling great. And if you want to keep up to date with all the latest looks and deals being released by the titan of UK fashion, that is BoohooMan, then you need to be downloading the BoohooMan app. You can do that through the link in the video description, or you can scan the QR code. Personally, during the biggest football tournament in the world, I would check out their novelty football section that has some awesome items that will make you stand out from the crowd during this year's World Cup, or at your Christmas do, or at your Christmas jumper day. They've launched this brand new game that you can play as well. With Matchday Manager, you can play along with the biggest football tournament in the world. The top teams on the leaderboard after the 17th of December will receive up to £1,000 cash prize. So you can play Matchday Manager with BoohooMan as well. Links in the description. And as always, they're giving you a 40% discount with the code Goldbridge. So you can get 40% off stuff like this with the code Goldbridge. Go through the link in the description or scan the QR code. Got the laughs you're going to have in your office or Christmas party when you turn up with something like this on. Or if you want something a little bit more traditional, they've got the red one with, yeah, you've guessed it, those words I don't mention. You can get one of those as well. So check it out with BoohooMan. Yeah, I've not gone mental. This is in honour of Southgate, because apparently I'm a Southgate hater. So I thought I thought people would get the get the joke, but get the gate. I thought people would get the joke, but yeah, some people love it, some people don't. But it's a bit of a joke. It's a bit of a joke. What time is it in Qatar? I don't know. It won't be 1 o'clock in the afternoon when this game's going to start, but big shout out to BoohooMan, 40% off. Please scan the QR code to get yourself there. Let's just have a quick look at the Iran side, as you can see up on the screen there. So Asman is the player to watch out for, plays for Bayer Leverkusen, their best player by I wouldn't say he's their best player by a long way, but he is their best player. And they've got a few players playing around Europe. I'm not going to name them because I don't know, but they do have a few players playing around Europe. I think there's one that plays in the Premier League as well. But watch out for Asman. He is, I don't know what number does he wear? Is he even playing? He's on the bench. Apparently he's on the bench, number 20. Oh dear. Don't know why he's on the bench. A lot of people saying that Taremi is actually their best player. Well, I'm taking your thoughts and on this one. He's injured. So their best player is on the bench. Taremi is Porto's first striker, so watch out for him. Taremi's one to watch, and he's the best player. Look, this is what I love about the chat. I I love about this chat. It's not a dress. It's meant to be a waistcoat. People think this is some sort of dress. It's a waistcoat. It's lost on you lot. I tell you what, if you were at a Christmas party, people would be laughing at you wearing something like this, and with you. So let's watch out for Taremi for That's Football. Not for That's Football, for Iran. How good do I think Iran's going to be? I think England will win it 2 or 3-0, to be honest. I don't think it'll be pretty, but I think we will win it quite comfortably. I think we've got one of the best squads in the World Cup. I don't think we can argue about that. And to be honest with you, I think if we had a manager, a half-decent manager, and I'm not even talking Pep Guardiola, I'm saying if we had a manager like Tuchel or Pochettino, I'd expect us to win this. Watch out for Iran's front two, says Calvin. I think if they can expose Maguire, that might be their best way. Ramsdale should be playing and has normal-sized arms, says AH. I agree that Ramsdale should be playing. Goldbridge, would you play 4-4-2 vertical tiki-taka if you were Southgate with Kane and Rashford up top, Saka, Bellingham, Rice, Sterling, says Guru. I'd get somebody who's more attacking, closer to Kane, yeah. There's not a lot of pace through the middle, is there? Jonah, thank you very much for your super chat there. Just to hit this head on straight away, there is a few people who have mentioned it yesterday. I've not really seen anyone in the chat, but I am prepared for it. So England and a few other clubs were meant to be wearing this One Love armband, which is anti-discrimination, and they were going to wear it for this game today. However, FIFA have basically said, no, it's banned, and if you wear it, you will get a yellow card. Now, Tuchel's tournament record is sensational, says Alex Holt. I don't know whether it was all the England players who were going to wear it or whether Harry Kane was going to wear it, but it's an anti-discrimination armband, and England were going to wear it. I think the Netherlands were going to wear it. Wales were going to wear it. None of them are going to wear it now because they will get a yellow card. Well, there's two things here. One, if it's so important, take the yellow card. Like, I just think it's if you're so hyped up about wearing that band, and you know a lot of people would agree with it. Surely, you know, look at people who've stood up to oppression in history and what they've sacrificed, and you're telling me that these players won't take a yellow card for it. So I think it's very weak to back down on something that was apparently very, very important. But also, it's worth bearing in mind that there is another armband being worn, which is sanctioned by FIFA, which for each round of the tournament is a different statement. So the quarterfinal band is about anti-discrimination. I think they've got things like save the planet, protect children, education for all, and be active. So there is something going on. And as Manon says, who cares, to be honest? Exactly. Some people will feel like that because it's football, not politics. But I just think, you know, England should be focused on playing a game of football. And if you want to wear the bloody band, at least bloody wear it. Don't back down because of a yellow card. I mean, you think about all these people who fought, you know, racism and sexism and all this through the past. I think they were a little less worried about a yellow card. So I just think it's all really, 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 really. I'm tempted to say pointless, but it's not pointless. But I will say I think it's all very, very silly. There is something that FIFA are doing already, and if you feel so strongly about it, you wear it, don't you? And I do respect others' beliefs, Faisal, but we're talking. You're a contradiction because you've got to respect what I'm saying as well. Mark, I love you, but first, I hope you end up being furious today. Go around, it's a shame, and you need to be yellow carded for that jumper. Rashi can't start for England yet. He starts for Man United, says Sulai. Maguire starts for England, but he doesn't start for Man United. Ramsdale's a better keeper than Pickford this season, but Pickford starts. Foden's a better player than Mount this year, but Mount starts. Rashford's better than Sterling this year, but Sterling starts. And Maguire, I can name 5 better centre-backs than him. 2 or 3 of them aren't even in the squad. So Nilis says it's not important to them. It's just the image of wearing it that's important. Gutless virtue signalling again. And Mark, good on you for repping the LGBT community with the address today, says Matthew. Well, I'm happy to represent the LGBT community or any other community because, I am anti-discrimination. But this is not a dress. It's meant to be a bloody waistcoat. It's a Southgate Christmas jumper. Can't you see? If you want to get some BoohooMan 40% off, link is in the video description, or you can scan the QR code as it goes round our stats carousel. Check it out. Right, I'm going to start rolling the stats carousel because it's been stuck on there for ages, and I just want to do that, and let's start rolling it around. There we go. So, thoughts on the game. Iran are ranked 20th in the world, higher than countries like Poland, Morocco and Serbia. I think you guys will win, but it won't be a walk in the park, says Deep. Ups, I had a question for you. What is your opinion to play Walker as centre-back for Harry, and why do you think Rashford is not playing, says Jonah. I think Rashford's not playing, Ramsdale's not playing, and a few other people aren't playing because Southgate is the English Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He has his favourites and he sticks by them. I mean, he's picking people because he likes them. He's not picking them on form. He's not picking them on ability. There is no argument that Ramsdale is worse than Pickford. No, there is none. Ramsdale's better than Pickford. He's the best English goalkeeper. I think Pope's better than Pickford as well. So Southgate's picking his favourite. He's not picking it on form and he's not picking it on quality, because if you ran a poll, no one would go for Pickford. Pundits, fans, the lot. So Southgate is a very frustrating manager anyway because of the way he plays football, but he's a very frustrating manager because he doesn't pick on form, and that's one of the reasons I want to get rid of him. Patrick, thank you very much. So thank you very much for the super chats that have come in. Appreciate that. We've got 15,000 watching already. Please do subscribe to the channel, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner. We're only about 100 away from 812,000. Of course, we're doing all the World Cup watch-alongs on this channel, so you can drop in if you're watching the games and you want a bit of a chat with the community. We're in the studio at 4 o'clock for the Netherlands game, and then 7 o'clock tonight, it's USA-Wales, which I'm really looking forward to. And also, the return of Goldbridge's World Cup Twitch chat. I did this for the Euros. I used to do it at 11 o'clock at night. I'm now going to be doing it at 3 o'clock in the afternoon in between a couple of games. So 3 o'clock this afternoon, we'll be reacting to the England game on Twitch. If you want to join me on there, Goldbridge TV, talking about everything to do with the World Cup. So join in for that. Muhammad Ali sacrificed 4 years of his career. What would he have believed in? Surely these players would take the yellow if they felt that strongly. Bradley, I mean, I'm glad you're giving me the example there. I'm not too brilliant on history, but I know there was a lot of women did things for women's right in the 60s. I remember, was it Jesse Owens in the Berlin Olympics in 1932? Made a statement about something. I think it was racism, and it was obviously, you know, Germany at that time was, you know, sort of heading towards World War again, wasn't it? So, I mean, if you feel so strongly about putting an armband on, put it on. Take a yellow card. Oh, I don't want to get a second. I don't want to take a yellow card because then I might not get the golden boot. I mean, just put it on. Like, what are they going to do? What a statement it would be. Just do it. I mean, I'm not an England player, so I don't have to say whether I'd wear it or not. But they've gone on and on about it, and now they're going, oh, don't want a yellow card. I just think it looks really weak. Really weak. Oh, it's not important enough to get a yellow card for it. Oh. Yeah, if the ball's going in the semi-final, you'll knock the ball out to stop the ball going in. Come on, get your priorities right. If it's that important to you, you take the yellow card. I honestly think the team with the bigger cojones gets the result. I do believe playing in the World Cup is a different kind of pressure, says Manny. Mark, can you please present us a list on Twitter on who's doing which World Cup watch-along, says Nathan Harper. And hello, Mark, looking forward to this game. Think England can win the World Cup, says Andre. I'm not gonna present you a list of who's doing every bloody watch-along, you cheeky sod, Nathan. I've just realised what you've said. So you're telling me you're only going to tune in if it's me? That's bloody cheeky, that is. The other watch-alongs are going to be great because they're going to be in the studio. And you'll have the live chat. The same people will be in the live chat. So be part of the community. Be part of the community. People are loving this jumper. You can get it 40% off with the code Goldbridge at BoohooMan. They've got loads and loads of Christmas jumpers and sportswear. Check it out. 40% off with BoohooMan. Goldbridge is the code. Link is in the video description. Or you can scan through the QR code as it goes round. My mate Matteo's mum got hit in the head, says Isaac. And yep. It's not a dress, it's a waistcoat. But it's not bothering me, people calling it a dress. Really isn't. Anyway, yes, I'm looking forward to this game. I think that the opening game yesterday did... I'll be honest with you. I am always honest with you. It was crap. It was absolutely crap. And yeah, I just went to bed last night and I didn't even think about it. But when I woke up this morning and thought about the World Cup, I thought, was that real? Is it, there's a lot of negativity around this World Cup. And look, for me, I'm talking about the football. I'm like, it feels weird. It feels weird watching the telly and it's sunny and I'm looking outside and people are putting up their Christmas decorations. It's cold and wet. It feels weird. But it is what it is. It is a real World Cup. And, it's what I would liken it to? I've got me England's Christmas jumper on here. Sometimes as you get older, you go, well, it doesn't feel like Christmas. You've got, the radio's playing Christmas songs. The pubs have got the mulled wine. The Christmas lights are up, and you go, I don't feel like Christmas this year, does it, Betty? No, it doesn't. It doesn't, John. It doesn't feel like Christmas. I think that every World Cup, I've always felt that it feels like the World Cup. Sticker books, getting ready for it, weeks and weeks in advance. I'm looking forward to it. The problem with this World Cup is that it's just been dropped into the middle of a season, and we're not used to it, and there's no build up to it. And I just think people are finding it a little bit weird. But you know what? It only takes a couple of games, a bit of excitement, and something that you're new and not used to can be really, really, really good, as I've said to a few people in the past. I bet Southgate likes Coldplay, says Manchester. I like Coldplay. I honestly think... well, look, I'm looking forward to seeing this game because there's a lot of... We're all Iran. Some people will be Iran. I wouldn't be surprised if Maguire does score today. What end, I don't know. That jumper makes you look like an average League One manager, Mark. I'm trying to come down to Southgate's level. I'm trying to support the manager. I'm intrigued by people in the chat saying that Iran aren't that bad. I think they're quite a defensive side. And watch out for... what's his name up front? Plays for Porto. Taremi. Watch out for him. They have got a good player in the name of Asman, number 20, but he's on the bench, plays for Leverkusen. But Taremi of Porto is the one to look out for. I don't know much about Iran, and I've got to be fair to say that one of my joyous things about the World Cup is I don't like to know everything about everybody. Even Brazil and Argentina, I won't watch them. I've always said this. Brazil and Argentina, I know all their players, but I don't watch them in between the World Cups because I'm like, I want to be surprised by them. I don't want to know what they're like. I don't want to know what form they're in. I love watching a World Cup and seeing a team like Mexico that I haven't watched for 4 years play really well, or Brazil, or Argentina, or get a surprise package like Uruguay. I love that about the World Cup. So I don't know much about Iran, and that's not ignorance. I don't actually want to know about these teams because I don't really like international football. I find the international break boring in the season. I hate it. I'd get rid of it. I like the World Cup. I like the Euros. I like the bubble that you get for a month. But I don't like international football during domestic season. So, yeah, we come into this and apparently Iran are ranked number 20 in the world. So, look, let's see. That can be false. But we'll see. You think England have a chance against the Netherlands, says Ravi? We'd have to play them first. It's coming home, Mark, says Laser Gaming. Make sure you subscribe, by the way. The overlay's gone. Don't worry. We just refresh it, load and start. That's all we do, and it'll be back. Thanks everyone who's doing the super chats, by the way. Really appreciate it. Why is Gareth Southgate presenting on That's Football, says Lewandle. And what are you wearing? I'm wearing a Christmas jumper in honour of the manager. I'm trying to be supportive. Everyone says you get on the back of Southgate a lot, so I'm trying to be supportive here. And I'm just sending a message to the lads. All I've said is Southgate team full of favourites, ... Twat. Imagine if there was a compulsory Lord Pepsi. I don't know why there would be a compulsory bow to the King of Qatar or whatever. Do you want England to win? Yes, I do want England to win because I'm English, and but I'd be more engaged in England if they played good football, and I'd be more engaged if they picked a team based on form. Look, I don't care who the manager is, and I know there's a lot of. Somebody was saying before that the United States coach is boring, the Mexico coach is boring, we know the Portugal coach is boring. I don't know what it is about international football that generates so many pragmatic coaches. International football is quite pragmatic, but I don't think there's no reason why you can't have an international coach who is a bit flamboyant and plays attractive football. I don't know why international football has to be so pragmatic. You've got enough games and friendlies to try a different style of football. I mean, when Venables was in charge in '96, we played some great football. So I don't know why it has to be so pragmatic, and why international football is also riddled with playing favourites as well. I suppose it's because you're picking the best players from the country, and then you feel that you've got to shoehorn them all in. But I just think, I actually would say this. Jude Bellingham would not be starting for England if Calvin Phillips had stayed fit and was still playing for Leeds. I still think he'd be playing Phillips and Rice, and Bellingham would be on the bench. Nick Peters, I thought you were wearing that to support the LGBT community. Turns out it's Southgate. Well, it can mean what you like. If people want me to be supporting that community, I can do, because I do. But this is a shirt. It's meant to be a shirt, the light blue bit, a waistcoat, a tie. It's a Christmas jumper you can get from BoohooMan. You can get 40% off with the code Goldbridge, and links in the video description for it. I'm not going to say it's backfired, but some people don't get it. Mexico's going to win the World Cup, says Don. I'd love Mexico to win the World Cup, but apparently not that good this year. You look like you're wearing a dress. I don't get why it's a dress. It's got a bloody tie on it. Anyway, we are very close to the start of this game. Five minutes away. Please do subscribe to the channel. That's what I was going to check. Bottom right-hand corner. Subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. And please share the video. We are getting very close to England's first game. Prediction 2-0 to England. 2-0 to England is what I'm going to go with. 2-0 England win. That's what I'm going to go with. England singing God Save the Queen. Yeah. The stadium is empty. I haven't looked at the stadium yet. I'm not wearing a blouse. Not wearing a blouse. You're cheeky. You're very cheeky. You're very cheeky. Don says, we're not very good, Mexico, but I'm allowed to dream. Yeah, of course you are. Exactly. Exactly. You've got to have a dream. If you don't have a dream, how are you going to have a dream come true? I mean, I want England to win the World Cup. Some people would say that that's a bit of a dream. But, let's give it a go. I don't mind the World Cup in December. There's the snow and opportunity to be close to my family. Also, I just noticed Kane have big noses late. You made a great point, Lay, and I will be honest, and we will be talking about this over the World Cup. I'm going to be completely honest here. I do not like the World Cup at Christmas because there's too much football. I think it'll get better in early December, which is good. I like to watch Home Alone and Home Alone 2 and Santa Claus and Polar Express and all those films and eat chocolate and, just chill out with the family. So, I like to get in that mood. I don't really want to be in a football mood, if I'm honest. But, I do love football and, we've never had it before. It's unprecedented. It's not Save the Queen, it's Save the King, says Joshua. You're right. Sorry about that. You're royalists. If you are. I think one of them did sing God Save the Queen. Right, I need to get my timer on. We're ready to go. Thanks everyone who's tuning in. Make sure you subscribe, bottom right corner, and share the video. We are at the start of England's World Cup journey. Remember, Netherlands at 4 o'clock, and then it's the Welsh against the States, the United States of America at 7 o'clock. I'm looking forward to that one. We're in the studio at 4 o'clock as well, so we'll get our first studio watch-along. I'm going to be doing some of those as well. How do we feel the night after the day before? How do we feel about the offside yesterday? Does anyone understand it yet? Because I've had a load of people saying they got it right, it definitely was offside, and I still need to watch it again. I still don't understand it. I think technically what I'm hearing is technically they did get it right, But, yeah, it didn't matter in the end, did it? It didn't matter in the end. So, get ready on Twitter if England score as well. I give you a little bit of a preview as my reaction when we get an England goal this World Cup. You might want to nick it as well. A little video clip of Goldbridge with a load of beer. Beer's not banned on Twitter. We're not in Qatar. We can celebrate with a bit of beer, or you can pretend it's apple juice. Some will pretend it's piss flying up over my head. In fact, a lot of people will pretend it's piss. Then again, if you want piss on my head, is that not some sort of what do they call it? Water. Anyway. I digress. We're back, and we can tweet that out in a bit. Right. We've got nearly 20,000 people watching. This match is just about to start. Make sure you subscribe, share the video, and let's get ready to rumble. I've got the clock ready. I'm going with an England 2-0 win, and Southgate not in a suit and tie. I mean, why is he England manager? Does he look? He wouldn't get a job in the Championship. He wouldn't get a job in the Championship. It's like bloody work experience. I think Southgate's a really nice guy, but it's like putting my gran in charge of the, Lewis Hamilton. Sorry, you're fired. I'm giving the job to my gran. It's just, look at Goldbridge's gran driving a Mercedes. Oh, isn't she nice? But it's not Lewis Hamilton. It's not George Russell. As in Australia, and I'm loving this World Cup in warmer weather instead of being cold, says Bad Bath. Thank you very much for that. Right, we've started. Is the timer on the screen, everybody? I've not turned it on. Now it is. There we go. So, England, with a few players out of form. We've got to step up. I think it's fair to say there'll be a few eyes on England. We don't normally play good football either. Will the heat matter? Have they got the... what time... Two questions. Will the heat matter? And have they got the roof on? You answer them, not me. Roof's off. It's the same temperature as Brazil. Well, it will bother England. Time in Qatar is a very popular search term at the moment. It's 1 minute past 4 in Qatar at the moment. And weather in Qatar is another popular search on Google at the moment. 27 degrees with a humidity of 47%. It actually gets hotter as the week goes on. This is the coolest day of the week. So, 27 degrees to an English person is like playing football in your oven. They play quite well organised around. Carlos Queiroz is quite an organised coach. Here's Trippier. Goes for the cross. Oh, Bellingham, I would have hit that. Good start by England. Bit of momentum going on. And early corner. This is where England can have an impact. Harry Maguire comes up. Let me head it. I'm going to win this, I'm going to win this, Pebbles. Get out of the way, Pebbles. I'm going to win this. Trippier on corners. I mean, this will be a strong point for England. Set pieces. It's what Southgate loves. He loves a good set piece. And, one thing I would say about Harry Maguire, he's very good at winning headers. It's cold in Italy, says Lil. What are you watching for? You're not even in it. Cross comes in. Rubbish. Maguire wants a penalty. Well, you could give a penalty for that. Marvin says that's a penalty. It's the same as bloody Chelsea and McTominay. Oh, come on. It's a penalty. He's having a hug. That's a penalty. Come on. It's a clear penalty. I mean, I don't think it is, but McTominay against Broha for Chelsea. Play on, no penalty. Bloody joke. That's a pen, that is. Should have been a pen. I don't think it is a penalty, but as I say, where's the consistency? They're trying to give that as a penalty in the Premier League, and then they're not. That's how we're probably going to score against Iran, though, to be honest. It's the same as McTominay versus Chelsea. You're exactly right, Ecstasy Man. Anne says you said it wasn't a penalty against McTominay. Yeah, I know. I don't think it was a penalty against McTominay, but it was given. So therefore, that's the rule, isn't it? So I'm not the bloody penalty. I'm not the penalty man, am I? I'm saying if you're going to give that as a penalty, you've got to give it. And the World Cup, you'd expect them to be a little bit more on the side of the attacker, surely. And they could have sent a real message out there as well. They've missed an opportunity, because if you give a penalty for that, it's a penalty for that in every game in the tournament. You set your own rules in a tournament. If you give a penalty for that, then every other team is not going to grab on from a corner. If you don't give a penalty for it, every team will grab on from a corner now. It's an opportunity. Maguire and Shaw back together on that left-hand side. Yeah, England should cruise through this group, really, shouldn't we? We're playing against Iran, who are going to park the bus. Wales, who on paper are not as good as us and will be defensive as well. And USA, who I'm looking forward to seeing later, but we don't really know much about them either. Whip the cross, Luke. Edge of the box. Well, it's all England so far. Oh, people are backing down about USA now. All I've heard for the last six months is, don't sleep on USA and Canada, Mark. They're very good. Now we get close to the games. Yeah, we're not very good. We're not very good. Foden not starting is the crime, says Stuart Bates. Gareth Southgate would bench Messi. Ramsdale should be starting. Pickford shouldn't be starting. White should be starting. Maguire shouldn't be starting. Foden should be starting, Mount shouldn't be starting, and Sterling shouldn't be starting. So you can start whoever you want. Sterling's been crap for Chelsea, so. It'd be interesting to see how England do cope with the weather. It will get cooler in December, but I've never been to Qatar, so I'm not aware of what the weather might be like. But another chance for England to whip across in here. Don't overlook Canada, says Marco. Nice ball into Kane. Whips across in. Back post. Side netting by Maguire. Half a chance on the back post. It wasn't a great chance. There's a bit of an injury now to the goalkeeper and a centre-back. Harry Kane, they switched off at the back. The cross came in. It was a good cross by Kane. Maguire was a bit unsighted on it. Probably should have scored from here. No, it's just a bit behind Sterling. Credit in the bank FC, says Callum. Yeah, we are credit in the bank FC. Got so many good players though. I mean, that's the problem with England for me. They've got so many good players. Oh God! See the keeper and their player. They've absolutely smacked each other in the face. That's going to really hurt. Really, really hurt. Yeah, I mean, but you know what I mean. John Stones, very good player. Kieran Trippier, very good player. Luke Shaw, very good player. Rice, Bellingham, Kane, Saka. you know, I mean, Mount's good on his day. I don't care what anyone says. Sterling, you know, they've got some really, really good players. But Amal Dev says, why no Foden? Credit in the bank, FC. Favourites, FC. You know, I can't believe Jordan Pickford's England #1. I mean, basically, if you're Aaron Ramsdale or Jordan or Pope in goal, you're going to sit there and go, while Southgate's in charge, I'll never play for England. Like, why would he change it? He's clearly never going to change it, is he? So... Write me a love song. Well, we're gonna get a lot of added time on here, aren't we? Because the keeper's just been smashed in the face. ND says there's nothing wrong with Pickford. You're the sort of person who says there's nothing wrong with the Harvester when I offer to take you out to a Michelin star restaurant. There's nothing wrong with the Harvester, you're right, but it's not as good as a Michelin star restaurant. Oh, this keeper's gonna have to get subbed. He's all over the shop. Some players are better with their national team rather than their club. Look at Logan, for example. Thoughts? No, I disagree, Red Pill. Mark, you should be wearing a yellow tie. If you know, you know, says Anshaman. Oh, this keeper. Look at all the debris. I don't mean like the keeper's in bits, but they've got all... Oh, it's all drinks bottles, isn't it? I think that Ramsdale compared to Pickford is Michelin star compared to... You know, a Harvester. Harvester are getting a bit of a shout. Talking about shout-outs, don't forget our stats bar is sponsored by OneFootball. It's free to download. The link is in the description, or you can scan the QR code. OneFootball, your place for all your football news and stats. It's a free app. It's fantastic. Big shout-out to OneFootball. Sponsoring our stats carousel across the tournaments. Cheers to them. You can download it for free in the link in the description. This keeper's not going to stay on. No. He's been down for too long. I would imagine at this level as well, it's going to be a bit of a drop-off in goalkeeping quality. I don't have the audio on, but a few people are talking about the crowd and saying it's a bit shit because it's all mixed up. The thing is, Ramsdale is not that much better than Pickford, that he deserves so much, so it makes sense. No, I disagree, Alice, and I'm not going to get on with it. God, I don't know where some people could get off telling people that just get on with it and don't have my opinion and get on with it. Jog off. Jog off. I'll have the opinion I want to have, actually, and you can have your opinion. If you think Pickford's better than Ramsdale, I mean, football's not for you. But have your opinion. You should do an Eric Ten Hag versus Southgate stat video. Also, the players are going to be drier than a camel's bottom in a sandstorm, says Jack. Well, we're going to have a lot of added time here before half time because this is, you know, he better come off now. He's clearly concussed. Grabbing his head like that. Get him off. You'll be all right for the next game. But this is stupid. He's got to come off. Get him off. He's going to carry on. He's going to carry on. He's changing his top. Actually, it might not be a bad thing for England, but I'm more worried about his. I'm more worried about his. Not his mental health, but his health. God, his nose looks battered. Janus is up there with the worst commentator ever. Oh, Dylan. I got no time for Jermaine Janus because when there was the protest between Man United and Liverpool and the game got cancelled, he sat there on Match of the Day and said, I don't understand why United fans are even protesting. The Glazers put loads of money into the club. And I thought, that's what my licence fee plays for. That sort of uneducated, I'm up my own arse, sanctimonious crap. So I agree with you. I don't think he's a very good pundit at all. As a United fan, I'll never forgive that. Well, I probably would if he apologised, but he won't. He presents the One show. No, it's just, yeah, I don't think he's a very good pundit, to be honest. So we must have had about 10 minutes here of this goalkeeper. Thanks everyone who's tuning in, by the way. Make sure you subscribe. Netherlands at 4 o'clock against Senegal. Interesting game. And then USA against Wales tonight at 7 o'clock. We'll be looking forward to that one as well. His nose, I reckon his nose is broken. Giroud got in goal, says Timothy. Well, England, if I was England, I'd inject a bit of pace for the next 5 minutes, a bit of intensity. Because that break might just ran out a little bit. You know, the keeper might be a bit dazed, have a few shots. I don't mean vodka, I mean on goal. Michael says he looks a bit out of it, he should go off. Well, we saw it with Martinez, didn't we, for Villa? The Villa goalkeeper a couple of weeks ago. Was it against Newcastle? Yeah, he's going off. Yeah, he's going off. I mean, it's just a waste of time. That was what a waste of time. It was so obvious. What a waste of time. So obvious he needed to come off. I'm not a doctor. Surprise, surprise, I'm not a doctor, but that was bloody obvious he needed to come off straight away. He was grabbing hold of his head, he didn't look dazed, and they've played on for 2 minutes. Fucking stupid. So, FIFA need to do something about this. You know, they have these doctors who are meant to know about concussion. It happened with Martinez for Villa a few weeks ago, and now it's happened with the Iranian goalkeeper. Fucking get them off. It's clear. If in doubt, kick it out. I don't mean kick them out, but if in doubt, take them off. It's a head injury. I don't care if he didn't want to come off. I'm the boss. I'm the doctor. You're coming off. I'll make the call, thank you very much, because if you fall over or you collapse from a hemorrhage or something like that, I'm going to be in fucking prison. You're coming off. He's going off on a stretcher and they've tried to play for 2 days. 2 games. MT says show some compassion. What the fuck do you think I'm doing, mate? I'm putting his bloody health at first. He should have been took off ages ago. He's going off on a stretcher and they've let him try and play for another 2 minutes. Bloody joke. Something serious is going to happen to him. He's just been basically knocked out. He dived face first into a standing head. And they think they can play on. Oh, I'll be all right. Let me just work through this major concussion. I can't believe this is the high end of football and we're still trying to battle through. What's next? Get the magic sponge on his head. You're fine now, look. The magic sponge has touched you. Its secret powers has got rid of the concussion. He's being stretchered off. 20 minutes added on, new record, says Johnny. I think we played about 5 minutes, so we're going to get 15 minutes added on. But I presume this goalkeeper won't be as good as the first team goalkeeper because Querez reacted very, very badly. I don't hate the keeper. I love the keeper. I'm looking out for the goalkeeper. I'm looking out for his bloody well-being. If you saw the collision, you'd sub him off straight away. Unless his name's bloody Tyson Fury and he's got history of getting up from a big knockout. I agree with Spider Sith. He says football seriously needs to learn from rugby with concussion protocol. Dangerous. England fans already the worst fans of the tournament, says Smooler. So what's going on with the fans? I've seen a lot of people chatting about mixed stadium and all that, but it's a very different World Cup, isn't it? So I mean, Iran won't have many attacks, that's for sure. They've hardly got anybody playing forward. Do you think they're playing for a draw? They might be. I think they might be a bit more adventurous in the second half. I mean, if it is really hot out there and it's gonna get tiring. They're into the final third here though. Bit of ball for Iran. Chunky says it definitely won't be 15 minutes added on. It'll be 5. We'll see. We'll see. Anyway, thanks everyone who's tuning in on this Monday lunchtime. I think England's next game is on Friday, isn't it? Let's have a look at the fixtures. Because I was thinking about it this morning. I think Portugal play on Wednesday, don't they? So we've got Netherlands, Senegal at 4, and then we've got USA, Wales at 7. Tomorrow, Argentina at 10 o'clock, early one. Then we've got Denmark at 1 o'clock, Mexico, Poland at 4 o'clock, and then France, Australia at 7 o'clock tomorrow night. And then on Thursday, it's Portugal actually, because it's Germany, Morocco, Croatia at 10, Germany at 1 against Japan, Spain at 4 against Costa Rica, and Belgium at 7 against Canada. And then Thursday, the final day of the first set of games already, you've got 10 o'clock Switzerland, Cameroon, and 1 o'clock Uruguay, South Korea, and then Portugal, Ghana at 4, and Brazil is at 7 against Serbia, the last game of the first stage of the group stage. Cross comes in, and then England play USA at 7 o'clock on Friday. Wales play Iran at 10. So we've actually played about 7 minutes, really. So don't take any notice of the clock. It's 22 minutes on the clock, but it's about 7 minutes in reality, because the goalkeeper must have been down for about 15 minutes. Pepe says that Iran are playing very good. They've got a game plan. It's a deep line, isn't it? It's a deep defensive line for Iran. Referees are giving a lot of fouls away. Very stop-start game. Was Diego Forlan any good at United, to Silverbridge? He was all right. I think he was better when he left United, but he was all right. He had a bit of a slow start. He was a bit lacked confidence, but he scored a few important goals. Nice ball into the left-hand side. Luke Shaw, cross. Iran clear it. And a throw into Iran. Bellingham is absolutely class. Plays like an experienced 28-year-old, says Dan. Crazy to think he's still so much potential. I'd love him at Old Trafford. 19 years of age. Played 35 games. Or 33 games, I think it was, in the Championship. In the centre midfield at 16. Imagine that. Yeah, I mean, where he goes next will be very interesting. I think he's a fantastic player, Jude Bellingham. As I say, you just wish we had a better coach. A lot of long balls. I think in a game like this, I'm proud to be Arabic, says Danielle, Arabic Muslim. I think in a game like this, you got to get the ball on the ground. I mean, I know it sounds simple, but if I was in charge, I'd be saying, get the ball on the ground, vertical passes, pass and move. Like, they're not going to be able to live with us doing that. Yellow card, Luke Shaw. Not for Luke Shaw, foul on Luke Shaw. Mark, what's happened? Just tuned in. What happened to keeper? Says Joel. So cross came in from Harry Kane. Keeper dived to get it, missed it, and on his follow through, as he dived through the air, I'm like Superman this. As he dives through like that, centre backs coming towards him, full on in the face, full on facial, everywhere, smack in the face. Lay on the floor for about 10 minutes, and this ref's crap. Two stop start this game, and then played on for 2 minutes, and then fell down on the floor. Clearly should have been subbed straight away. This game is really stop start. Well in Sterling. Thanks for the super chats, by the way. Good morning from Southern United States, says T-Fuss. Hope you're getting excited, mate. United States tonight. Just wondering what you think or thought about Javier Hernandez at United. Loved him, T-Fuss. We loved him. Yeah, Hernandez was, I would say, better than Forlan. Settled in really well. Did the role of goal scorer really well for us off the bench. 73. Look at the stats there. Look at the stats bar. Sponsored by OneFootball. Download it for free. 73%. Is it 86% for England? 86% possession. Where have you seen that before? I've got to say, anybody who's telling me that Iran are okay, I wouldn't expect 86% possession. Come on. V Jokers, thank you very much for joining the members club. Antonio Valencia, Matthew, Ecuadorian, very good player, had a very bad injury and basically became a right back. Before his injury, really good. Yeah, 86% possession. As you can see on the stats screen, that red arrow under the goalkeeper means they've changed their goalkeeper. Number 7's got a yellow card, obviously. Goal on the shoulder if anyone scores, but there won't be an Iranian scorer today, I'm afraid. They don't look like they want to attack. Here's Sterling, bit of space. It was Saka, sorry. I sense a header, Jack. I sense England will win this 1 or 2-0. I think it will be a set piece or something like that. But disappointed by Iran. I mean, some people will say, what do you expect? They're playing a very good England team. They just want to defend. But I don't think they're playing any better than like Qatar. I thought they'd be a bit better than that. But maybe it's the respect. Maybe they just fear England. Iran tactics clear to see. Break up the game, foul a lot, fall over a lot, get a draw, frustrate England. Awful game. Yeah, Nasher, I agree with you there. I think it's. I actually expected a little bit different. Future of American players in the Prem, says Jack. There's a few. I'm looking forward to that tonight. I mean, obviously, I'm English. I want England to do well. But the game I'm looking forward to the most today is Wales-USA, because I think it's a game that if either of those two win, they put themselves in a massive chance of going through, because they would hope they can beat Iran and 6 points will put you through. If Wales or United States lose tonight, you've basically got to beat England to have any chance of going through. So I think it's a big game, and there's a lot of hype around USA and Wales' first World Cup since '58. So I'm really looking forward to that game tonight. I think it's one of the best games of the first stage, because You know, it's not always about the glamour teams, is it? You know, Brazil, everything. Sometimes there's games where you go, that's going to be really close and very competitive. Do you think Trent should be in the team? I think it's... I saw pictures of Trent Alexander-Arnold in the England World Cup squad pictures, and he just didn't look very happy. And it might have just been his you know, the way the camera caught him, but he looked a guy like me that knows he's better than all the other right backs. He's won more than all the other right backs. And side netting, good bit of play there. Mason Mount, cross came in from Saka, good bit of play. Side netting from Mount, it was good by England. But yeah, Trent looks like a player that knows he's wasting the next month of his life sat on the bench watching Southgate's England play, and he won't be part of it. But it's a nice move by England, that. Sterling into Saka, into Mount, side netting. Would you... But you haven't answered the question though, have you? Would you play Trent? I think Trippier deserves to start, but especially in a back four. But... again, it comes back to Southgate, doesn't it? He played a back five and didn't pick Trent. That's when he should have picked Trent. Because Trent's not very good defensively, but he's world class going forward. So to play a back five and not pick Trent Alexander-Arnold just tells you everything about Southgate. I wouldn't pick him in a back four. I would go with Trippier. I mean, that is one that on form I would pick. Half an hour gone, but in reality, we've had about 3 minutes. Oh, free kick. Oh, no, I thought he was going to give a free kick there. This ref lives with the whistle in his mouth. Nice switch of the play to Trippier. Cuts it back. Harry Kane. Bellingham picks it up on the edge. England will find a way through in a minute. You can't defend like this. Sterling wins a corner. We need the first goal here. We need the first goal here. If you're admiring my jumper, it's a novelty Christmas jumper. You can get it at BoohooMan. It's sort of like a take on Southgate's waistcoat. You'll look great like me at a Christmas party this year. Livening up a pretty unlively game. 40% off with the code Goldbridge. BoohooMan, link is in the description. Or you can scan through the QR code when it goes round. Links in the video description for it. And they've got loads of novelty stuff you can get your hands on. No yellow cards for England so far. And this is a corner for England. I personally think this will score from a set piece. I think it's our best chance. We probably should have had a penalty in the first couple of minutes as well. So referee, I think, will watch it this time and he might give a penalty. I seem to remember we had a penalty in a previous tournament for something like this as well. Onto the bar! Harry Maguire, he's hit the Denver. There we go, I told you. I did tell you that. Maguire is world class at winning headers. He just can't direct them. It's a good header. That is a good header. He's unlucky. He is. Look, you can criticise Maguire for a lot of things, but I've always said he's world class at winning headers. He just really can't direct them that well. Does the winner of this play Ivory Coast? Says Jack. I don't get this joke, but I'm happy to accommodate it. It's right up there with have you got a TV licence? I never understood it, but you know. I mean, really, England, I'd be quite relaxed if I was England, because if you think about it, all three of our games are going to be like this. We're going to be the favourites with lots of the ball, and we just need to be patient. we're probably not going to play a team that's going to attack us until the quarterfinals. I mean, even if we get through, we'll probably play Ecuador or Senegal, won't we? So I think England are coping quite well at the moment. The intensity's good. The press is good. It's Iran who look more tired than us. Have you got a TV licence? Says, yes, I have, Josh, which is why I was moaning about bloody Jermaine Genius. Who would you like as England manager, says FIFA? Ideally, I'd love Pochettino, but I don't know whether he'd take the job. Yes! England goal! It's Jude! Hey Jude Bellingham! I told you it would come from across! And it's England 1, and it's Iran 0, and we've got that goal really in the first 20 minutes because it says 34 minutes, but I actually think it will be a lot before that because we've obviously had a lot of time added on. Let me get my tweet out. Where is it? There it is. You'll see it. It's going to go up on Twitter. I was slow with that. Exclamation mark. There we go. Lovely cross. I think it's Luke Shaw. Good header. 1-0. Lovely stuff. It's a lovely header as well. The direction on the header by Bellingham is absolutely superb. No keeper is going to save that. Lovely dip. Lovely spin on it. I don't think that's anything to do with changing your goalkeeper. And England lead 1-0. And that should now mean easy street for England because Iran have definitely set themselves up to park the bus. And Jude Bellingham on the world stage is the first goal scorer for England. Lovely stuff. Not been impressed with Iran at all. Someone just said, are we playing Halifax Town? Yeah, they've been really bad. I mean, maybe we should cut Qatar a little bit of slack because it is like Ecuador versus Qatar. It is like that. It's that level of dominance. And England are on the attack again with Harry Kane, and they might fancy a few more here. Oh, it's gone out for a throw. Gone out for a kick. Gilberto Carlos back at it again, says Daniel. I tell you what, Luke Shaw is coming into this tournament very good. His crossing has been superb. That is a Luke Shaw cross. That's what he can do, where he doesn't think about it. It's just a natural whip into the area. And what a lovely header by Jude Bellingham. But again, Luke Shaw's been doing this over the last month for Manchester United. Lovely accuracy and weight on the cross. Makes it so much easier for the headerer because all you've got to do is concentrate on directing it because the power's there on the cross. And Jude Bellingham, first goal scorer for England. We were talking about him a couple of minutes ago. Ollie Solskjaer says, why didn't you pick McTominay? Nearly 30,000 people watching. Make sure you share the video, smash a like, subscribe. Bellingham with the first goal for England. And it's hard to tell when that goal was scored because there's so much time to be added on. But it does say about 33 minutes. He's going to go to Liverpool. Liverpool fans are very confident they're going to get Bellingham. I'm not disputing it, but I think 10 minutes will be added, says Danny. Please do subscribe to the channel, by the way, bottom right-hand corner. Hopefully the game will open up a little bit now, because Iran have done sod all, haven't they? There's the code for BoohooMan, by the way. You can scan that with your phone or go through the link in the description. Get yourself something like this, 40% off with the code Goldbridge. Is your oven gas or electric, says Jack. I don't want to come across badly, but I don't do a lot of cooking. I think it's gas. Obtain says, hello from Qatar. Thank you for marking my football watch-alongs more entertaining. Keep up the good work. Thank you much, mates. Hope you're doing well. Hi from the USA, Mark. Can't wait for our game against you guys on Friday. Are you going to come by 2026? I am. That's the World Cup I want to go to, Angelo. The 94 World Cup. I loved it, but England weren't in it. So I'm hoping this time we do qualify. If you do not use Trent in a game like this, you have no use for him in your squad. There's no use for him in the squad, Frank, anyway. To be frank with you, Frank, there is no use. Trent's not going to get any game time. He's just not. He's going to be one of those players who gets 0 minutes. I can't see, unless we've got 6 points in the final game, Bellingham's a player that can light this World Cup up, you know. We've seen it before. We've seen it with Rooney. We've seen it with Michael Owen. We've seen it with Gascoigne, if you're old enough. Bellingham could light this World Cup up. I personally think that Foden should be lighting it up. But again, he's just not a player that Southgate rates. So Bellingham could be that player. Fair play to Pickford. I mean, I think he could have had a nap. Trent or Trippier? I would go with Trippier in this. I mean, we can run a poll on that. I actually would go with, for England, let's do an either or poll. I mean, I'm a big fan of Trent Alexander-Arnold. I think he's a fantastic right back going forward. But I think I would go with Trippier in this game. But you look great in your dress, says Hugh. Are you protesting? Okay. Well, let's just go to the... that's why there's a break in the play here. Let's just go to the stats screen, because I just want to go through this. 79% possession for England, 5 shots to 0, 2 shots on target to 0, 218 passes to 55, 89 pass accuracy to 53. Whoever said Iran are any good? That is shocking. That is like playing Accrington Stanley for England. This is super easy. I don't know what is going on with Iran. I was told they're a half decent side, but don't tell me that's hot. I'm sorry, you can't protect it. You can't call it out. That you've got to call it out. That is abysmal. That is absolutely abysmal. They've got their maybe they're not very good. Maybe they've got their game plan wrong. But I'm sorry, this is too easy for England. This is not hard. This is like playing Qatar. You know, it's terrible. Absolutely terrible. I know it's only 1-0 to England, but it's, you know, this is England. We're not a very good side either, but it is pure domination. And people say don't speak too soon, but come on, have you seen anything from Iran in the first 40 minutes that make you think they're going to score a goal or even attack? Senegal versus Netherlands at 4 o'clock. Yes, Sood, we're in the studio for that one. Nobody ever said Iran was good. Don't know where you've been, mate. Apparently they're ranked number 20 in the world, but let's have a look at that. FIFA men's rankings. So Brazil are number 1, Belgium 2, Argentina 3, France 4, England 5, Italy 6, Spain 7, Netherlands 8, Denmark 9, Portugal 9, Denmark 10, Germany 11, Croatia 12, Mexico 13, Uruguay 14, Switzerland 15, USA 16, Colombia 17, Senegal 18, Wales 19, Iran are ranked 20th. They're ranked higher than Serbia, Japan, Sweden, Poland, Korea, Chile, Russia, Australia. Yeah, they are ranked number 20. It's a lovely goal, that one. Saka, head down by Maguire, and Saka makes it 2-0. What a goal by Saka. What a hit. England are home and dry. Bring on the subs. Bring on the subs. Easy. 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 Too easy for England, this. They're absolutely shit. Not England. You can only beat what's in front of you. But this Iranian side, they're worse than Qatar. They're worse than Qatar. I don't know what's gone wrong with Iran. I was expecting a much better game than this. Nodded down by Maguire. Lovely hit by Saka. Keeper probably should do better. Reserve goalkeeper. Maybe the powers beat him. Oh, it's deflected. No, he can't save that. It's in off the bar. Lovely hit by Saka. I don't know what Iran are moaning about. I think they want a free kick. It's a lovely hit and it's 2-0. Jack says, if you think these games are bad, wait till the 2018 World Cup, Spain versus San Marino. Oh, yeah, Jack. It is disappointing. Rachel and Andreas, thank you very much and welcome to Members Club. It is disappointing. It's good that England are winning, but it is disappointing when you're playing a team that's got, 20% possession in a World Cup. You can only they've qualified for the World Cup. That's the way it is. Lovely finish by Saka. Nice to see two young lads, two big talents, Bellingham and Saka scoring as well. 64% if you want Trippier in the team over Trent. Thank you very much. Two assists from Man United players, says Carl Evan. Thank you very much. Yeah, I mean, you're right. So we'll see how long it's going to get added on. I think there should be 10 minutes here. Harry Kane will be desperate to get on the score sheet. There's goals to be had. He might get on it here. Oh, he should have passed the first time there. Oh, yes! 3-0 England. Kane makes it. But Raheem Sterling makes it 3. Iran are dreadful. Absolutely dreadful. 3-0. Game over. Kane with the cross. Sterling with the finish. They are terrible. Not England. Terrible. 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 Absolutely terrible. It's 3-0. I'm in shock at how bad Iran are. I mean, it really is like watching England play. Look at the marking. And we've got 15 minutes added on. Whoever said Iran was good, what were you drinking? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Easy work for England. Fair play if you went over 3 goals, because I think we might end up with 5 or 6. We might end up with 7 or 8. They're that bad. It's the jumper. It's the Southgate jumper. I'll have to wear it against the United States now. But there's definitely a skill divide here. Qatar officially not the worst team in the World Cup, says Nasha. Oh, I don't want to be disrespectful to Iran, but I think you're crap. I don't think they're worse than Qatar. I think Ecuador was taking it too easy on them. Yeah, you're probably right, Rusk. So Sterling, Saka and Bellingham, the scorers for England. 14 minutes being added on. 14 minutes being added on. So we've still got another 12 minutes of the first half. England could be 4 or 5 up at half-time if they keep pushing. Bellingham. I'm going to tweet it. Mark, who do you think will be tougher for England, USA or Wales, says Jokers. Ask me tonight. This is going to be a goal from the corner, says LT. Every corner is basically a free chance on goal for England. They just can't deal with the height of Stones and Maguire. As long as you put... Oh, and then we put a bad cross in. But that's what I mean. It reminds me of, like... I'm trying to think what it reminds me of. It is like... I'll tell you what it's like. It's like watching Man City go for it at the Etihad in the FA Cup third round with their best team against somebody like Dagenham. You know, it's too easy for England. There's a massive difference between the two. And obviously, it's very enjoyable as an England fan to watch it, but we've had two pretty crap games to start this World Cup off with two very, very big divides in quality. The Qatar one you can understand because they're hosting it. Iran, I don't know what their excuse is. They're really bad. And their approach to the game is bad as well. I mean, I think that maybe Iran are a better team than this, but their approach has been the problem. They've basically sat back and parked the bus and they've paid the price for that. They've played like a team that's got no chance from minute one. It's not like City against United at all, Alif, you cheeky get. I did think what a World Cup mid-season would do for the players. They are pin sharp. We should have more Winter World Cups. Well, a lot of people have said that, Nick P, that a mid-season tournament could be good for England. Mark, you need Jude. Man United need Jude. Clearly the best player on the field right now, says Patrick. And how are Belgium still second in the rankings, says Sek. Probably because for 15 years they've been the dark horse of every tournament, haven't they? Well, we definitely should see some substitutes in the second half. You can make 5, can't you? Daniela, 14 minutes added on because the Iranian goalkeeper basically got knocked out in the first 5 minutes, and it took 15 minutes to try and... it was stupid, really. They should have just took him off straight away. Did you expect more from Iran, says Rico? Well, I was saying this before the start of the game. I don't keep an eye on Brazil or Argentina or any team. I like to go into the World Cup and just watch the games and make my own mind up. So I don't really know what to expect. But a lot of people said to me Iran won't be... I remember when the draw came out. Iran, don't sleep on Iran. It'll be a difficult game. They're quite highly ranked. And look, England on paper have got a very, very good squad. But we're not a very good... We can be a good team, and I think we have played well here, but we're not, anyone who's saying, oh, England are just too good, they don't watch England. We've been bloody dreadful for the last 6 months. This is annihilation. England are just all over them, and I think that reflects more on... You've got to give credit to England. They've approached the game in the right way, but I think Iran have approached the game in a very, very, very poor way. There's a lot of chaos in Iran. Maybe that's why, says Ravi. And imagine one club gets Rice and Bellingham midfield set for 10 years, says Nick. I don't think one club will get them both, but I know exactly what you're on about. Yeah, two very, very good players. Still got 7 minutes, Iran are bad, but credit to Southgate in England. I was not expecting a more attacking approach from Gareth. Do you think Maguire will prove himself, says Sword? Mate, I don't think we can describe this as an attacking approach. We're playing a team that doesn't want the ball, who's camped out on the edge of the box. You've got to attack. You can't not attack against a team that is basically saying you can have the ball and we're going to stay on the edge of our box. So I think we can start. It's not the game to judge a change of tactics from Southgate. I think we'll have to judge that later on in the tournament, because I pretty much think Wales will play like this better, but I think Wales will play defensive. And I've not seen the United States yet, so we might not really get to see what England are like until the quarterfinals, because I think every team we play until the quarterfinals, we're probably going to be the firm favourites and they're probably going to defend. But you can only beat what's in front of you. I agree with that. But yeah, this is... I can't think of a team that parks the bus like Iran have. Please do subscribe, by the way, bottom right-hand corner. And it's nice for us as English fans, if you are an English fan, it's nice of us to actually play a game like this in the World Cup, because we don't normally get the game where you batter somebody. We normally get the game where it's, quite tight. Hopefully Rashford gets a chance against this defence, says Kano. Should there be a breakaway Super Nations Cup, says Salim. As a Korean fan, I expected Asian teams to be a nice punching bag for the rest of the world. Basically, Iran is playing a home game and getting stuffed, says Hey. Yeah, there's a huge skill gap here. And of course, players are coming off the World Cup. Players are coming a week off the Premier League. Probably the most intense league in the world. Their fitness levels are going to be very, very good. Oh yeah, we beat Panama and Tunisia, didn't we, Michael Forbes? Don't mind me, says England have been superb so far. Mate, if you want to think that, that's great. I think it's very, very difficult to... Oh, good chance for Iran. He was offside anyway. I think it's very difficult to say anything constructive about England when you're playing a team like this. No, I don't mean constructive in a way that, yeah, England have played well. I'm over the moon for Jude Bellingham and Saka and Sterling, but we'll go through the stats at half time. It's very, you learn the most about a team when they play a decent team, and unfortunately for Iran, they are not a decent team. I mean, the more interesting angle here is if you're Wales and USA, you must be thinking we should be beating these. How much do you think Jude Bellingham's worth? They'll definitely get 100 for him. It just depends on what the transfer market is. So 14 minutes, 45, 59. So still 3 minutes to go here. They could get 150 million quid for him. Hi Mark, what is it like to see your country play at the World Cup? I'm Scottish and was born in 2002, so I've never got to see us playing once, says Daz. Well, I've seen loads, thankfully. And I suppose at the end of the day, you're just hoping that this is going to be the year. But there's a long way to go. And I think we've just got to enjoy this result. We are favourites to go through the group. I expect us to go through the group. And I don't think we're going to really learn about England until we play somebody decent. And we're not learning a lot about it today, other than we're not choking. As someone who's Turkish, I'm extremely bitter that Iran are in the tournament and we're not, particularly after this display from them, says Mehmet. Thanks for the super chats, by the way. Please do subscribe, bottom right hand corner to do it. Big shout out to everyone who's tuning in on a 1 o'clock day in the UK where it's pissing it down with rain. It's dark in Qatar. Does it get dark at 5 o'clock in Qatar? Clearly it does. Clearly it does. Iran beat Uruguay last year, apparently. Well, you know what? I think we're in a situation here where we can say there are very big similarities between Qatar, Ecuador, and England, Iran. Because I think it's a very similar situation where England and Ecuador are on a completely different level to Qatar and Iran, who have been very poor. Now, whether there's reasons for that, You know, maybe they've got their tactics wrong. Maybe they're not as fit as they'd like to be. But I think we have learnt from these first 2 games, there is a massive difference between Ecuador and Qatar's level, and there is a massive difference between England and Iran's level. Now, the kicker to that is you'd expect that with Qatar, but you probably wouldn't expect it with Iran. Congratulations on 32k, Mark. One question: what happens that there are 14 minutes extra? Says Ronnie. Ronnie's Gaming. The goalkeeper had a collision and basically it took bloody ages. So it's half time. Let's stop the clock. I nearly stopped the stream then. I think we can safely say that it's not going to... there won't be an Iran comeback, but easy work for England. I think what Southgate needs to do in the second half is just, calm it down, make a few subs, get people on the pitch like Foden and Rashford, get a new centre-back on, rotate the midfield a little bit. That's what I think he needs to do. This game is won already, so second half really should be about, knocking a few more goals in the back of the net and giving a few more players a bit of time. It's very comfortable for England so far. And Iran, what can you say? If we look at the stats here, there will be people out there going, oh, come on, Goldbridge. England have just been majestic. They're playing better than Brazil in 1970. Maybe that is your interpretation of it. My interpretation of it is that it's very, very much been about the opposition. I think England have... I don't think England are out of third gear. I don't think they're really sweating, apart from probably the heat. When you play any game, I don't care who you are. If you go into a game and the opposition are going to give you 82% possession, you're on easy street. They've just given the ball up. Man City, they like the ball, but 82% possession. We're not a possession team, England. We've just literally been gifted the ball. They've gifted us the ball, 82% possession, 7 shots, 4 on target. They've had 1 shot, 407 passes. They've not even had 100 passes. 52% pass rate, 90% for us. It's been so straightforward for England. And you can't criticise England. You can only do what's in front of you. But when you play a team that's giving you 80% possession and their pass success rate is 50%, you ain't going to struggle. They are absolutely terrible, Iran. And I'm very surprised, even though I knew nothing about them, because a lot of people said to me, Iran are quite a good team. And they're not. They're terrible. They're really terrible. And England have taken no mercy and they've taken full advantage of it. And I think for England players, if they were honest, they'd probably say it's like a training ground exercise. It's so easy. Shearer says England were magnificent. Yeah, Alan Shearer, I'm not really interested in what Alan Shearer says. He's got to say that. He's paid to say that, isn't he? I haven't seen I've seen a good performance from England, but I personally, as an England fan, I wouldn't be surprised if we played France next week and got beat 4-0. Because it's so hard. You know what I mean? It's hard to gauge what England are. You can't learn about yourself when you play a team like that. When you play a team that's badly, you just got to go and batter them. But it's so hard to figure out what England's level is because Iran's level is so low. It's very rare you play a team that's going to give you 80% possession as well. So, look, fantastic from England. Jude Bellingham with the first goal. Saka's goal was fantastic. Sterling's goal was good as well. We need to go and get 3 or 4 more goals in the second half and just confidence. Confidence is what it's all about. Wales will be harder. USA, we'll see what they're all about later on, but Wales will be tough. But it gives us a fantastic platform to top the group, and we do need to top the group. I think there were some people thinking that we might struggle in the group. I didn't. I don't think anybody else did. I think we'll top the group. And that should give us an easier draw into the last 16, which we should win there. And then I think in the quarterfinals, we'll start to play teams that will really find out what we're all about. But by then, we should have some momentum. And momentum in international football and tournament football is very, very important. Maguire played well, almost scored, assisted, and no one managed to get past him. Shaw also assisted. United players doing well, says Antonio. How do you fancy England's chances against Senegal or Netherlands in the next round? We'll have to see what they're all about at 4 o'clock. Chiri. Hi Mark, I'm Iranian. This is what happens when you turn your back to fans and people and bow down and meet the Iranian dictator before the tournament, says Parham. And thank you very much for that message from Antonio as well. England missing something in central midfield, needs someone who can drive the ball through the midfield, says Martin L. I'd love to see Foden given half an hour. I think Phil Foden very rarely suits Southgate, but I think in a game like this where you've got 82% possession, Phil Foden would just carve them open. And Mount's done all right. I do like Mason Mount, but I think Phil Foden's on a different level. I'd like to see Marcus Rashford get a bit of game time as well. He's in form. I just think if you're Southgate, use it for what it is. You know, it's now about confidence. It's been a very easy game. It's not, you know, it could have been a bit of a, what do they call it? Banana skin. You know, we could have slipped a bit, but we haven't. We've been by far the better side. We've been very, very comfortable. So, you know, let's go and score a few more goals, definitely. And subs I would make. I'd definitely be looking to get Foden on, Rashford on, Callum Wilson. Attackers, really. I mean, you don't really need to change your defence unless you're thinking about fatigue. But yeah, I would make some attacking changes for sure. I am wearing what is meant to be a nod to Gareth Southgate. It's a Christmas jumper. It says England on it. It's not a dress. It's meant to be like a waistcoat and a tie with a shirt. If you want to get one, by the way, BoohooMan is the way to get it. A link is in the video description. I'll also pop up the code on the screen. You can scan it with your phone. You can get 40% off with the code Goldbridge. BoohooMan do loads of active stuff. So if you're down the gym or playing five-a-side and stuff, but they've got a load of novelty stuff for the World Cup, England stuff. They've got jumpers like that. Christmas jumper, it's coming home. It's going to be a bit of a Christmas World Cup, isn't it? So you can get yourself stuff 40% off with the code Goldbridge. Big shout out to BoohooMan there. It doesn't look like a bra. It looks like a waistcoat. It's not a dress. It's a waistcoat. And there we go. Please do subscribe to the channel, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner. It's coming home is already in the chat. We are in the studio for Netherlands against Senegal. So if you want to see the brand new studio, we'll be in the studio at 4 o'clock for Netherlands against Senegal. That's at 4 o'clock. And then tonight, you're back with me in here for Wales against United States. So very, very busy afternoon. I'm also live on Twitch at, well, I say 3 o'clock. It would be just after 3 o'clock. I'm back on Twitch with my World Cup Roundup show. So we'll be talking about anything you want to talk about on Twitch between 3 and 4 straight after this game. It's coming home to Brazil, says Pedro. And what do you think will be the score with Netherlands against Senegal? I'm looking forward to watching that, you know. I think that is probably the first game where we should get a game of football. We've not had a game of football yet. Qatar were abysmal. Iran have been abysmal. And fair play to Ecuador and England for just taking the points. But it's not been a challenge. It's not been a challenge. I thought Ecuador looked really good yesterday. I think England have looked really good today. But I'm also long enough in the tooth and I've watched enough minutes of football to know that this is not a football game. It's an exhibition. England are just way better than Iran and Ecuador were way better than Qatar. You beat what's in front of you. You take the confidence and you go to the next challenge. If you're Gareth Southgate, you're thinking the worst thing that can happen here is if we pick up an injury. Like, you'll be thinking, what subs can I make? Who's at risk? Because really, the worst that can happen here is I pick up an injury in a game that's irrelevant now. We've won it. So you'd be thinking about Harry Kane. But Harry Kane will be going, I don't want to come off boss. I want to win the Golden Boot. I could get a hat-trick in the second half. So, yeah, he's got to be thinking about who he needs to be taking off. And obviously, I don't know the impact of the heat. It doesn't look like it's bothering England that much. So maybe stamina's not going to be a problem. But, you know, if it is, you're looking at your Bellinghams, you're looking at your Declan Rice. But look, I'd love to see Rashford and Foden get on. United should look at Bellingham, says Alfresco. I think everyone's going to be looking at Bellingham. Singers the Beatles song, Hayes Jude, says Akshay. And that cross from Kane was class. United need to get serious and go for him in January or the summer. Well, it won't be happening in January, Charity. It will be in the summer. David says it must be dark there now as the stadium lights were turned off behind the pundits and it was pitch black apart from phone lights. It is dark, David. It is very dark. And the funny thing is, the time in Qatar at the moment is currently, it's only 5:10, so it gets very dark, because they're only 3 hours ahead of us. Thank you very much for the super chats that are coming in. Thanks for all your support as ever. Please do subscribe to the channel, bottom right hand corner. Remember, doing every World Cup watch along on this channel. Let's go back to the stats carousel and start that up again. As you can see, England top of the group at the moment. Only one game played. Wales played the United States tonight. Be a very interesting game, that. And don't forget, OneFootball sponsoring our stats carousel. You can download it through that QR code if you can do it with your phone. Otherwise, just go through the link in the description. Get all your latest football news and stats on OneFootball. It's free to download on all platforms. OneFootball. What are you thinking about the atmosphere? What are you thinking about the crowds? What are your thoughts on this World Cup? Does it feel yet like a World Cup? Does that England 3-0 at half-time, has it got you into the World Cup vibe? A lot of people were saying before, I'm not really feeling it, I'm not really feeling it. You know, is that got you in the mood now? Umar is laughing about Iran. Harry feels good, I'm happy for him, says Jonah. And a few people saying it's not. It's 5 p.m. there now, so Wales against USA is at 11 p.m. Yeah, I'd only just thought about that, KJM. Yeah, that would be right. No, 10 p.m. Kicks off at 10 p.m. They're 3 hours ahead. So, Manny says it's better than Russia. Akshay says it does give a bit of a weird vibe. Stay Gold says that as well. Can you say hi to Zach? It's coming home. I need it for an edit. Says Julie. Hi Zach, it's coming home. Check my Twitter, by the way, at Mark Goldbridge. You now can steal, and well, I say steal, I'll let you use it. If you copy one of my tweets, there's a really nice little clip of me celebrating with my beer when a goal goes in. So if you want to use it for anything, you can do. What was I going to say? I was going to say something. Let's have a look at the chat. What were your thoughts on the half, everybody? Can we get somebody in the chat who was telling us how Iran were good? Can you explain why they're not very good? I'd love that, because I have an excuse. I said this before the game and I've said it for the last few weeks. I don't know how good Brazil are and I don't know how good Argentina are. I know they're players, but I don't know how good they are because I take no interest in international football apart from when the tournaments come round. I've always done that. Even as a kid, I would wait to watch the World Cup to see how good Brazil and Argentina were. Because I like that. I like that intrigue. So I can't sit here and say, oh, Iran are a good side or anything like that. But a lot of people are saying to me Iran are a good side. Well, why are they so crap then? Why are they coming into a World Cup game against England with the world watching, passing the ball around like they're bloody wearing blindfolds and parking their bus on the edge of the box? Why have they approached the game like this? Do they do this? Is this how they normally play? I'm very disappointed with them. I would say that Qatar against Iran would probably be a 0-0 draw. I just think both teams have been shocking. I can understand it from Qatar's point of view because they wouldn't have qualified. They're the host. But Iran, I'm disappointed. I expected more of a game. Still waiting for a World Cup in the same time zone as Australia, says Andrew. Can't have been far off in 2002. As we had no friendly warm-up games, this is probably a good match to have first, as Paul Holloway. Yeah, it is. You're exactly right. This does feel a little bit like it's a warm-up game. They normally play like this, says Golden. I feel like we're all saying it doesn't feel like a World Cup, but we'll go to the bathroom at work to watch Japan versus Costa Rica. Well, we're doing every game as a watch along on here, so make sure you subscribe and stay with us. At the end of the day, it's football. I'm addicted to football, so I will watch all the games and keep an eye on all the games. I'm not going to dispute that. I mean, these people who say, "Oh, it doesn't feel like it's a it doesn't feel like a World Cup. I don't think there's many people who are going to go, it doesn't feel like a World Cup, I'm off to do some Christmas shopping. And maybe there are a few, but I mean, as a football lover of football, I'm going to watch the games. But, you know, at the moment, we're very early into this World Cup. It does have weird vibes to it, but, you know, I think it's the feel. It's not like I'm not enjoying it, but you get a feel. I haven't got a feel of a Euros or a World Cup yet. And I think that's because we didn't have the build-up. We didn't have the anticipation. Yes, I agree that it being in November makes it a little bit weird. But one of the big things is that when it happens in June, in May, the season's winding down. You know, there's not much going on in May for any games. So you're like, oh, at least this summer there's a World Cup. And then the season finishes. You've got 3 weeks before where you're building up. We haven't really had the build-up to it, so it might take a bit of time to get going, but we'll see. QG, thank you very much for the live super chat there. I feel like, yeah, thank you very much. We did that one from Yahya, which was a good one. Right, let's get ready. Second half's about to start here. Obviously, the first half had a lot of extra time added to it due to the injury. Damo says there's no atmosphere. Well, I don't have the audio on anyway, so I don't really grasp whether there's much of an atmosphere. All the grounds are quite close together, aren't they? Apparently, Toby says that Iran are better than Qatar. We're off for the second half. I would hope that they are. Can you explain your dress, please? It's not a dress, it's a jumper. You can get it from BoohooMan. It's a Christmas jumper and it's got England on it and it's meant to be a nod towards Gareth Southgate and his waistcoat. If it was stood up, it would look a lot, but you'd understand it a lot more. But get yours, 40% off with the code Goldbridge on everything they sell at BoohooMan, so check it out. Southgate isn't wearing a waistcoat, so you're wearing a dress for nothing, says Matthew. I know. Poor Pickford. His biggest problem is, like, you know, when you go to the cinema with your missus or a friend and you're going to watch a film they want and you're tired. Pickford's biggest problem is staying awake here. It must be so boring. 82% possession. How boring must that be? He'll have more work to do when we hit the quarterfinals. It's not an apron. Looks like a nightgown now. Hilarious. You're hilarious, you lot. I don't know why I bother. I'm just the butt of your jokes. Could Iran come back? No. I mean, again, I feel like I'm watching a team that my YouTube All-Stars would have given a game to. And I know that's a bit offensive, but I mean, the pass that they've just played there was so simple and Bellingham's just walked onto it. And I do think, what we're going to go for? I'm going to go 6. I think we'll get 6. I think we should at least replicate what we did in the first half. Because their heads have gone. James says 5. Prediction for United States versus England. Shout out from Phoenix, says Kevin. I'm not predicting anything until I've watched United States play tonight. I'm looking forward to that. I think Senegal, Netherlands will be the first proper game. But we don't know how good Senegal are going to be. So tonight, because it's in our group, I think Wales, USA. Who would be the favourites in that? Would it be Wales? If either of those teams lose that game, they're basically making it very hard to get out the group. Because England are clearly going to finish top. So one of those two are going to finish second. So I'm interested to see that game. Foul on Harry Kane here. Trippier will take this. Good position for Trippier. Yes, I'm looking forward to Wales, United States tonight because, one, England have got to play those two teams, so it'll be good and interesting to see how they line up. And two, are United States any good? Hello to Matthew Biggs, that's from Tangy. Should be 4 here, says Connor. Well, I'm thinking that, Connor, it's right in a good position for Trippier against the reserve goalkeeper. He's bang in form. Put it somewhere around the top corner, which he's more than capable of doing, and it could be 4-0. Pickford could possibly win Golden Glove given the teams they're going against, and also if they get a good draw in round 16 and make it deep, says T-Fuzz. I said it last night, wouldn't surprise me if England won this World Cup. I just think football's so strange at the moment. And on paper, this is why some England fans like me get frustrated. On paper, we should be favourites to win the World Cup. We've got so many good players. France have lost players out. A South American team hasn't won it since 2002. I think England's squad is amazing. Unfortunately, it's the coach that's the problem. I mean, if Southgate can take you to the final of the Euros and the semi-final of the World Cup, it tells you you've got a very good squad because he's not a very good coach. And anyone who thinks Southgate's a good coach, he would not get a job in the Premier League, the country of his birth. So he can't be that good. So I get frustrated because I do think England could win something if they had a decent coach. Straight into the wall from Trippier. And therefore, I still think we could win something even with Southgate. I think the winner of Wales-USA gets second or first. The way Iran are playing, I don't think we'll score a goal this whole cup, right? Says Brendan. I think Iran might get something out of United States or Wales because Wales and United States don't have the players that England have got. The clock is up. It's the only thing that's up at the moment. Yeah, this is something England need to be careful about. Trippier's hurt his foot. We need to be careful about this sort of stuff, Southgate, because Iran are crap and they're going to make a lot of fouls, and you do not want to get a lot of fouls. What's the scoreline? Hello, says Prip. Here's one I prepared earlier, Prip. 3-0. Yeah, we don't want to pick up any injuries. Ecuador will beat you lot. Revenge for 06, says Joe. I think England cruise to the quarterfinals. I mean, I was speaking to a few people about this last week, and let's be honest, the team we've got, even if Southgate did play a back five, we should cruise it to the quarterfinals. And then that's when the World Cup begins for England. So, look, for me, it can only go wrong. Quarterfinals is where England's World Cup starts. Where will Croatia end up, says Ivo. I don't know. Croatia, Serbia are interesting. I mean, Croatia went to the final last time, didn't they? I mean, they are a couple of teams that don't really get a lot of attention. I mean, goal kick. It's England. I put my life savings on Iran to win, says Hugh. Oh, dear. And what's your problem with Southgate? He does a brilliant job. Pep and Klopp even look up to him. He's so tactically astute, says Skin7. I'm glad that's sarcastic because I was ready then. I was revved up. Here's a bit, if you've got any poll ideas, let me know. But I just wanted to ask you this: who should start for England? Mount or Foden? Let me know in the chat. Get voting away. Jordan, I've just done that. So another corner for England here. This is, we've dominated on these. As long as Trippier lands it around the penalty spot, Maguire will win this. And he's done it. Keeper punches. Second ball. Declan Rice has got it. Cross comes in, another corner. Foden's got 79% of the vote at the moment. Another corner to England. Trippier ready to whip this in. Good height again. Maguire nearly gets it. Doesn't. Well, Harry Kane will certainly fancy a goal, won't he? But he's not really had a chance yet. Oh, cross comes in. Keeper gets hold of it. So Foden won that, 79%. I think that's a bit unfair on Mason Mount. I mean, I do like Mason Mount, but I just think Phil Foden is the sort of player that you really do want to try and get more out of. Good turn by Sterling into Kane, back into Sterling. He's through the middle. He's got the pace. No, he should have done a bit better there, really. Surely the question should be Sterling or Foden, says Chris Moore. Well, you're right. I don't think there's any intention of Southgate to play Mount in the Foden position. But the question was, would you do that? I think he likes to play Foden off the wing, doesn't he? Onion Guy says Foden's a generational talent and Mount is not. No mention of Grealish, says Ewan. Yeah, I like Grealish, but he's had a crap season for Man City, so I don't think you can put Grealish in the conversation with Foden and Mount. I mean, I do like Grealish, but I mean, that Man City move has not gone well. I know he's scored a few goals and he's done okay, but he's not the Grealish of Villa. I think in the Euros, I was adamant that Grealish should be starting, but that Man City move hasn't made me think that he's left the chat, exactly. Says Theo, Grealish has left the chat. I think that Man City move means that Grealish has left the chat, in my opinion. But it's all about opinion. How many of you are watching all the games today? Anyway, I forgot to ask you about that. Please do subscribe, by the way. We're only 300 away from 816,000. I'll change the sub counter in a minute. Bottom right-hand corner to subscribe. You're all welcome on That's Football, of course. Are you all planning on watching all of the games? I will. I mean, I will. Yeah. Don't know what I'm on about. Four games tomorrow. 4 games is a lot. You don't. The thing is, it's FOMO, isn't it? It's fear of missing out. You don't want to miss the game that's the best game of the World Cup. I tell you what I would say though, and obviously Iran haven't done it. And as we calm down from the goal deluge of the first half, Shearer can talk about how great England are all he likes. I'll tell you for free that if we're playing a back four, that defence can be got at. And I know Iran haven't got at it, but you can definitely get at a back four that's got Maguire in it. And I'm not saying Maguire's played bad, he's played very, very well, but any Man United fan will tell you that a back four with Maguire in it, you can get at it if you've got mobile forwards, which is why Southgate likes a back five. So we may not have seen the end of the back five. It might just be because we're playing Iran, he's gone a little bit more attacking. Talking about attacking, the overlap was on there. Bellingham is world class. Best young English player, says Alex G. I cannot wait for Senegal versus Netherlands, says Andrew. Well, let's do a little bit of a poll on that. Who we got? Who we got? Who are you going to go for? Senegal or Netherlands? We'll do USA, Wales in a minute. I think Senegal are getting a bit of... I mean, look, again, look, I've got to say, they could be Iran. They could be really disappointing. But I don't think just because of Mane... I mean, well, Onion Guy says it, no Mane, no party. But I don't think Senegal will be terrible just because they haven't got Mane. I mean, Mane's fantastic, but they've still got some good players. Gutted that there's no Mane. Absolutely gutted. But they're not a one-man team. I'm not wearing a dress, Marcus. It's a Christmas jumper in respect to Southgate. And I'm going to, you know what? I'm going to keep wearing it because, if I don't wear it and we lose, people will say you didn't wear the jumper. You know what? Very good comment here from Azil. It says Senegal won the African Championship. I tell you what. I know Italy didn't make the World Cup, but I think that was their own fault. The qualification from the African nations is a joke, an absolute joke. It's so difficult to qualify. Look at the teams that didn't qualify. Like Nigeria are good, but there's loads, isn't there? Loads and loads that haven't qualified that are good. Egypt with Salah, and I don't even follow. I don't follow any other international football. I try not to follow England, but there's some good teams. South Africa got done because of a crap ref, says Anthony. I'd make some subs here. Half an hour to go. Make some subs. Make some subs, Gareth. You know what he does? He doesn't want to upset his favourites. And Harry Kane will be like, but I want a goal. I want to win the Golden Boot. Think about the team. Saka, lovely goal. Yes! 2 goals for Saka. Harry Kane, that's a fake smile. He's thinking, shit, my Golden Boot. My Golden Boot. He's thinking, yeah, well done, but pass it to me next time. Pass it to me next time. I need more, lads, I need more goals. I haven't got any. We've got 4 and I haven't scored anybody. Remember my Golden Boot. Come on, let's go again. Mark, much love. Do you think Ecuador could have a good cup run? Well, depends when they play Senegal. 4-0 to England. Lovely goal by Saka. Fantastic. Lovely work by Saka. He's lighting up this team at the moment. Big fan of his. I'm a big fan of Saka. I know he plays for Arsenal, but I've said this before and I'll say it again. This kid missed the penalty in the Euros final. So did Rashford. So did Sancho. Sancho isn't at the World Cup. His career has sort of hit the skids. Rashford's had a difficult 18 months. This guy, superb for Arsenal last season. I know they finished 8th, but he was superb. This season, again superb. Back in the World Cup, 2 really well taken goals. That's a lesson in how you can hit the rocks. Your career can, hit a real low point. Strength of character, comes back in and does fantastically well. So look, really, really pleased for him, and what a player he is. Sorry, Arsenal finished 5th last year. They're arguing about 5th over 8th. It's still shit. It's still shit. We finished 6th. It's not good. Mark, the dress is clearly good look. You've got to wear it every game now, says Matthew. Yeah, this is going against me a little bit, isn't it? But no, big shout out for Saka. I think his mentality. He's got a strong mentality game, and he's having a really, really, really good game here. 4-0 to England. Saka's been fantastic, and he took that goal well because he had a lot of work to do. Now make the subs. Here we go. Wilson, Foden, Rashford. Yes. Exactly the subs I would make. It's a hard game for Harry Kane because he'll look at it and go, oh, you know what? I want to win the Golden Boot. I'm playing a team that isn't very good. You know, you'd fancy yourself to get a couple, maybe a penalty or something. It's just not really had any... I mean, he set the Sterling goal up really well, but he's not really had any chances, has he? Oh, it's a goal for Iran! A goal for Iran! The comeback begins! Oh, no! Oh, no! Pickford can't believe it. He's been picking his nose all game. He's now picking the ball out the net. Sort of came from nowhere. I don't really know what happens. Cross comes in the ground. Let's have a watch. Good positioning by Maguire and Stones. Oh no, Maguire loses his man. It's that pace over 2 yards that he just doesn't have. Stones can't get across. And that's the Porto striker, isn't it? I mean, you can see the movement there. It's just good. It's good movement. It's a shame that. It's just that pace over 2 yards. Oh, he's hurt now. What's happened to Harry? Was he concussed by the pass? To be fair, it's just that pace over 2 yards that he hasn't got. You can tell that striker's decent. What's his name? Tamori or something? It's not Tamori, is it? What's his name? Plays for Porto. Someone in the chat will know. Maguire is 6 foot something and not very fast. And if you slip that ball in behind and you've got a striker like Teremi, I can't pronounce it. Teremi, who plays for Porto, it's just that slide rule pass and you're in. He's suffering from whiplash, somebody just said. I don't know what happened to him. I think Eric Dyer is going to come on for him. Núñez will be top scorer of the World Cup. I fancy Uruguay as my sort of predicted dark horse. But first chance for Iran and it's a goal. Maguire's going to play on. No, he's not. He's going to come off. I don't know what he did. Did anyone see what he did? He's trying to figure out what happened. No, he's obviously banged his head. But yeah, on the goal, this is the problem. I don't think England defensively are that good. And Iran have been terrible. And we've still conceded because basically their first and only attack in the box, we get done with the ball slipped in behind. Just recovery pace. He hasn't got it. Hi Mark, England doing well, but come the Welsh as LM. We will struggle if we don't play a back five against a team that's got mobile forwards. What do you think of Dyer, says Ivan? I think he's having a better season than Maguire. I mean, I'm not a massive fan of Eric Dyer, but you know, at least he's playing for Spurs. US has a similar problem as England. The manager is clueless, says Daniel White. And Maguire doing the thing that sprinters do and pretend to start limping when they lose a race, says Nick P. Well, we're about to make a few subs here. I'd put Ben White on. I agree with Pan. I'd put Ben White on. But you know what Southgate does. He likes the like for like, doesn't he? 79% of you have gone with the Netherlands win. I'm going to do one for Wales against USA because I'm really looking forward to this game. Saka is a brilliant player and a great role model. I completely agree with you, the Clone Collector. He's been amazing this last 2 years. Chris Gregory, welcome to the Members Club. What we got? Wales, USA. Well, Iran are having a bit of an attack now. How many grounds are there in Qatar? Just having a look here. So there's the Lusail, which has got 80,000 capacity, and it's got 5. They've got Al Khor, Al Wakra, Al Rayyan, Doha, 3 in Doha, 4 in Doha. They've got 8. Rashford's coming on. Foden's coming on. They've got 8. Thanks, everyone. You should do a FIFA 23 World Cup playthrough, says Ivan. FIFA 22. Grealish is on as well now. There's normally more than 8 stadiums, isn't there, in a World Cup? Or is that standard? I don't know what happened with Maguire. If anyone knows what happened to Maguire, Oleg, I mean, he was sort of at fault for the goal, but then I think there must have been a clash of heads. I don't know whether it happened before or afterwards. But he's it looked like a potential concussion. Here's Rashford. He's got a great chance to score. Get in, Rashi. Took it so well. He's only just come on. Rashi scores straight away. Lovely goal for England. 5-1. Bit of confidence there for Marcus Rashford. As a United fan, it's always great to see. And it's get in, Rashi. And it's 5-1 to England. And this defence of... look, it might not be good, but we can still celebrate. Terrible defending. Whoever's playing at left back for them, or in defence in general, has been terrible. Goes to shoot with his right. Defender gets sent to the shops and then passes it low with his left. It's a lovely finish. If that's Mbappe, people are saying he's world class. It's a lovely goal. Absolutely lovely goal. Good to see. Good to see. Cheeky United bid for Terami, says Duncan. We can't buy everybody who scores in the World Cup. He took it really well, didn't he? I like the way that he shaped to do it with his right foot and then, sent the defender to the shops and passed it in with his left. I mean, it's bad defending, but it makes Rashford look very good, so I'm all for that. And, nice for him to get a goal for England. Nice for him to be back in for England. The poll's fantastic. Wales on 51%, United States on 50%. This is why I'm really looking forward to this game. Really looking forward to this game tonight. So there's the stats. It's got slightly better for Iran. England have made a few subs there, as you can see, with the red arrows underneath. But still around 80% possession for England. Don't forget, Stats Carousel is sponsored by OneFootball. Fantastic football app where you can get all your latest football news and stats for World Cup, but also all the clubs that you like. You can download that for free. OneFootball, give it a go. Callum Wilson's about to come on. Still keeping Harry Kane on for that goal, aren't they? Just get him off. Take him off. Spread the squad about. Bloody Harry Kane just looking to get his goal. What if you get injured, mate? Keep yourself fit. It's more important than trying to score a goal against Iran when it's 5-1. I tell you what, this top has had a lot of stick, but it's done very, very well. BoohooMan. Scan the QR code or go through the link in the description. 40% off. You can get one of these from there. Could bring you some luck in your Christmas parties because it's done a great job. The old waistcoat and tie. Loads of other stuff you can get on BoohooMan. 40% off. Check it out. Use the code Goalbridge. Still 15 minutes to go here. I did say 6. I'm disappointed we conceded, but I do think we'll get 6. Harry Kane is desperate to score. He's desperate to score. Delighted for Rashford, says Bug. Yeah, but great to see it. Great to see it. Took it really well as well. Confident. I feel for Trent. I think he would have flourished in a game like this. I mean, I don't think Trent's going to get a minute. I think he's... You could see it in the pictures. He knows he's wasted his time. He's probably like, I wish Reece James was fit and I wasn't going. Because he's, you know... He is wasting his time out there. Mark, based on club form, do you think Rashford should start ahead of Sterling? Yes, I do. Better, yeah. I think Ramsdale should have started over Pickford. Foden should have started over Mount. Dyer or White should be starting over Maguire. And Rashford should be starting over Sterling. But as we know with Southgate, it's favourites, isn't it? He goes with that. That's what he does. He can live off that today, but later in the tournament, we might say, you know, it's all right doing it against Iran, but we'll have to see. Asmund's coming on, says Matassa. I believe this is their best player, plays for Leverkusen. Obviously, it's not going to help them today, but they're going to need him against Wales and USA. I'd be a bit wary. Apparently, Maguire did great today. Yeah, so we're now allowing mistakes for goals to be a great performance. I think he did okay, but he's at fault for the goal. You can't say it's a great performance when you're at fault for a goal, mate. Come on. I think Luke Shaw's done good. Rashford, nice to see him score. Kana says Maguire was not bad. Mate, they had one attack and they scored because of him. You know, watch the game and understand the game. You can't start giving people man of the match when you concede because of it. He did okay. He set up a goal. I'd give Maguire probably 6.5, maybe a 7, but he did cost us the goal. But I'd be wary if I was Wales or United States, because I don't think Iran will play like this against you. And obviously we're considerably better than you. We're a lot better than Wales and USA. So that'll bring Iran into the game a bit more. And I don't think they'll park the bus. They're in again though. He had half a chance there, Taremi. I feel sorry for Trent. I'm a Liverpool fan, says Rachel. It's a bit of a waste of time in being there. My man of the match is Saka. I think he took both of his goals fantastically well. Taremi is his name, apparently. I don't think England's defence is very good. You know, someone just said there we look a bit shaky. We've not been tested at all. I don't think our defence is very good. It's just been attack against defence, hasn't it? Why does Kane always start slow at tournaments, says Jude? He's not had a chance, Jude. I don't think Kane's had a bad game. He's set up a goal, but he's not really had any service himself. Played a bit like United, really. You know, the number 9 role it's a bit of a graveyard shift sometimes. There's not a lot going on around you. Myron says that Southgate is an interesting situation where he never underperforms in the major tournaments, but he hasn't really won any games against the top teams. Please do subscribe, by the way, bottom right hand corner. I'm going to be on Twitch just after 3 o'clock reacting to this and having a bit of a chat. We've also got the player ratings that you can do. If you want to do the player ratings, we'll go through those live on screen. When we're on Twitch. That would be a good idea, actually. So if you want to vote on the player ratings, I will drop the link in the description. We've got it on the United Stand website, so we can go through that on the match reaction. Imagine Brazil against England defence, says Jokers. Well, I'd have to imagine it because I haven't seen them play yet. You know, everyone's going on about how great Brazil are, but It's not like we've seen them play. I mean, Serbia-Brazil will be an interesting game. It's 50-50 on Wales and USA. So there you go. We've had 10,000 votes and it's 50-50. So I think we're in for a great game at 7 o'clock tonight. Being a Liverpool fan, I've got respect for Trent, but he hasn't been good, which is a shame, says Heavy Metal D. Thanks for the super chat, by the way. Well, I'm intrigued by these England player ratings now. I've pinned it in the live chat. Go to the website. Brazil will flop. Swiss and Serbia will go through, says Nej. Well, you never know. I've pinned the player ratings at the top of the live chat, or you can go to theunitedstand.com, mark every player out of 10, 6 being the average, and we will go through that on our reaction show on Twitch straight after this. So we'll mark every player out of 10, 6 being the average. Does the winner of this play Ivory Coast, says Raz? I don't get this joke. Really brave of you, Mark, to wear a dress today, says Hugh. Thank you, Hugh. I'm not wearing a dress. You're gonna make me get very self-conscious and make me not wear this again, aren't you? Easy group for England, says Pascal, and England can beat France in the quarters now, says I don't agree with that. Why? I don't think we've learnt anything about England in this game, to be honest with you, because I think Iran have been so poor. I think we'll learn more about England against USA and Wales. France won't make it out of the group. Winner's curse, says Serena. Or Serene. I mean, look, France might struggle. You know, France might struggle. Benzema out is a big blow. It makes them very Mbappe-centric. Obviously, got no Kante or Pogba, very experienced players. I think one thing I would say about France, defensively, they've got so many good options, haven't they? I was looking at their defensive options. So they've got, obviously, you've got Varane, you've got Koundé, Badiashiel's in there. I know these aren't there. I'm just names coming into my head. I know Kimpembe's not there. Konate, I think Upamecano's there. Saliba's there. They've got. I mean, it's a shame they've got bloody loads of centre backs. Kimpembe's out injured; he's not made it. But yeah, they've got a lot of good. Got a lot of centre backs. Mark, do you think if England can stay in a back four throughout the whole tournament, they have a chance to get further than you expected? I think we have to play a back four, Jacob, but I think the problem is he wants to pick Maguire, and you saw it on the goal Iran scored. When you play a back four, you have to defend on your own. When you play a back three or a back five, you've got cover. And with that goal, Maguire loses his man, Stones can't cover him, goal. And that's the problem with the back four. We have to play a back four, but if we play a back four, Maguire's not really very good in a back four. At this level, he's not that good. So he might get exploited. Hi, Mark. I don't see you tweeting about how the workers that make England's kits being paid only 21p, says Khalid. Probably one of the weirdest super chats I've ever had. You know what? I don't tweet about a lot of things. I didn't realise I was the king of the world or the prime minister. I mean, I'm now getting criticised because I'm not tweeting about something that, you know, is obviously not very good. But I can't tweet about everything. I don't get that. So Timber stayed at Ajax to play for Netherlands and is dropped, says Treble Champ. Gakpo at 4 o'clock. I think we've got the team news coming in for you. Is the team news in for the Netherlands? Has somebody got the team news for the Netherlands? I haven't seen it anywhere. Oh, Rashford nearly scored another one there. It was lovely play. He fancies it. We want 6. A lot of people felt that Mason Mount had a very, very good first half, by the way. I can't find this Netherlands team, so well done if you found it. England with a corner. We've always looked good from corners. Luke Shaw, no. Peter says you're a funny guy. You're better than football. Hi Mark, love your content. Can you put on some makeup and earrings to complement your dress? Says Matthew. Zach Jones, thank you very much for the super chat. And Hugh says the workers that made Mark's dress were probably only paid 21p as well. Oh, Khalid says it's because you were so passionate tweeting about Qatar. You know what, Khalid? I'm going to ignore every chat you do now because you're trying to pull me into something that I'm not even involved in. And you're also uneducated and wrong. At no point have I spent time talking about human rights issues in Qatar. I haven't. We might have skirted around it, but I haven't. What I have said is I don't like a World Cup that's played in November because it undermines the quality of the Premier League and it's a Christmas World Cup. I have said that. I haven't spoke about anything else. So jog on. You're talking nonsense. You're trying to pit your political stance against my non-political stance. That's what you're trying to do. Hearing the England crowd getting excited is so cringy. It's screaming, says Albie. Mate, you know what? In England, I've been part of this for probably most of my life. There will be pubs, and there might be people in those pubs now. Shout out to everybody in the pubs in England who's watching in the schools and at work. There will be people, 1 o'clock, well, it's not 1 o'clock now, it's 5 to 3 on a Monday afternoon. We would never be doing this, but there will be parties, house parties, pubs, rammed around England with people having a great time, and It's Coming Home will be coming on. People will be jumping into the fountains, although it's not the summer, so you can't do that. They might still do it. People will be getting absolutely on the lash, pissed up, watching England play. Because it's a tradition. It's what we do. It's what we do. Who's your man of the match, Bahani? Saka for me. Hi, Mark, says Matwan. And they are watching it in schools. They won't be getting pissed up there. Chronic, thank you very much for the super chat. And hi, Mark, can you call Ruben a shark, says Maconi. Yeah, we do. We do. This is what we do. The vast majority of English people will be having a party. Doesn't matter who we're playing. It's a major tournament. Next England game is Friday night at 7 o'clock. That will be interesting in the pubs. Oh, yes. You're making me laugh about this jumper. Look, one thing you can't say about this jumper is it doesn't grab attention. 40% off. Scan the QR code. Use the code Goldbridge. You can get yourself one of these or one of their many novelty Christmas jumpers and stuff from BoohooMan with the code Goldbridge. 40% off. I like it. I'm wearing it out. I'm wearing it from a Christmas party. Can you do dress shopping with Goldbridge, says Zach? I'm just going to laugh now. Mark, love the channel and the dress. You look fab. I'll be trending, won't I? England, Saka and everyone's going to be pissed off. They're going to go on Twitter and it's going to be Goldbridge dress that's going to be trending. I don't even think it looks like a dress. I don't get it. It's a jumper. It's clearly a jumper. Now it looks like a dress if I really pull it down, but it's not. It does. Actually, it does when I do that. It's because I'm trying to show you the England bit. It's not really a dress. It's a jumper look now. It's a waistcoat. Mark, you're one looking fabulous already. I'm not going to mention the word pearl necklace because that means something else. Thank you for Mark for supporting One Love with your dress because Kane couldn't, says Ethan. Mark, why do you think Brazil is overrated? Do you really believe England has the best squad on paper? What? I just love how words get put in my mouth. When have I said that Brazil are overrated? I think Brazil are my tip to win the tournament. And what I'm saying is they could be overrated because I haven't watched them. Really pleased for Rashford, says Tim. They're in a particularly difficult group as well. I mean, I think Serbia are good. Switzerland aren't terrible. It's a very low-cut dress. Exposed bridge, says Joshua Bowwater. John Stones is the first single-player centre-back duo, says Mehmet. Here we are. Callum Wilson, he'll fancy a goal. Lays it back. Jack Grealish, 6-1. England get 6. Callum Wilson could have gone for himself. 6-1. Lovely stuff. I will not say those words that people say about transit and home. He's clearly onside. Right back plays him on. 6-1 to England. We've sort of moved away from the game, haven't we, a bit? It's been a bit boring. It's been enjoyable boring, but it's been a bit boring. It's one of those games where you're playing against a team that's just not very good, and you're like, let's just get as many goals as we can. Hi, Mark. Always love your content, sense of humour and wordplay. Have been following you since 2017. I'm a Nigerian who just got a job in London, moved in 4 months ago. Hope to meet you someday. Enjoy it, Isaac. Hope you're doing well. Rashford drank some sneak before coming on for sure, says Zach. Mark, I think I'm going to get... What rocking the dress? Also love from South Africa, says Cameron. I don't know what you're on about, Cameron, but thank you very much. Boring game, just goals from England. No, I don't think it's boring, but in a competitive way, it's been boring. Like, I like football games. One of my favourite games was France-England in 2004. I think we ended up losing 3-2 or 2-1, but it was just two good teams going together. They're the sort of... I like those games. I'm not massively... Some people love the demolition jobs, don't they? Some people will love this, and I get it because there's loads of goals, but I like a competitive game. I wouldn't want a competitive game against Iran. I mean, that would mean we've played absolutely shite, but those competitive games will come, I'm sure. How are they adding 10 minutes again? Where's he got 10 minutes from? Where's he got 10 minutes from? What's this ref on? I've got no idea. I can't even think what's happened. Maguire's injury was a couple of minutes. It wasn't 10 minutes. Thanks for the dress. The dress is getting a lot of attention here. It's a bit disconcerting. Mark, congratulations on the studio being in the US. Do you offer positions remote or is it all in person? I was the one who made that edit you posted on your Twitter for the Sidemen charity match. Matty, thank you very much. You're a legend. It's a kitchen apron, says Jonathan. We're definitely looking to be a little bit more Manchester-based now, to be honest with you, with the studio. Yeah. So 10 minutes has been added on. I really need a piss. I don't know why he's added 10 minutes on. Maguire did go down, but it looked like 3 minutes max there. I don't know where he's got 10 minutes from. I mean, the interesting thing is that he added 15 on in the first half, and he's added 10 in the second half. And the delay in the first half definitely was 15 minutes, but I don't think there's been 10. This will be still playing when the Netherlands kicks off. If Luke Shaw can stay fit, he could be back to his very best. He has been brilliant for United and England. Shout out to Shaw Berto Carlos, says Cherry. Well, he prefers playing for England, doesn't he? He loves it. Maguire must have been that slow walking off. Great watch along today, says Zach. Yeah, don't forget, we're live again at 4 o'clock for the game with Netherlands and Senegal. And then 7 o'clock tonight, Wales against USA, which I'm very much looking forward to, actually. So we've still got 7 minutes here. Thanks everyone who's tuning in. Please do subscribe, by the way, bottom right hand corner. I am going to be doing player ratings and reaction to this on Twitch straight after. Per says, I'm Iranian Welsh and supported England in most World Cups and I've lived in USA a while. This group's got me confused. It sounds confusing, Per. Matthew says, I'm proud of you for breaking gender stereotypes with your dress and being who you want to be. And every injury player sits down for minutes when they're being subbed. New trend in football. Hate it. Every injured player sits down for minutes when they're being subbed, says Frank. Okay. Yeah, it's too long added on here. Nobody wants to hit 90 minutes and have 10 minutes added on. They need to have a word about that. They do need to have a word about that. It's 90 minutes is what we want. You're getting cooked, Mark. Well, apparently it looks like an apron, so at least I'm in the kitchen. David wants Mark in that dress for Christmas. David, don't give me nightmares. Iran on the attack. Very rare attack. Tell you what, it's absolutely pissing it down with rain where I live, and it's been pissing it down with rain all day. It's just a horrible day weather-wise. Not that I don't want to talk to you about the weather. I'm just saying all I can hear in the background is pissing it down with rain. It impacts my mental health, the rain, because when I used to play football as a kid, that sort of rain that much, you'd be going, the game's getting cancelled, waterlogged pitch. It's always been I've not got to go outside today, so it doesn't impact me at all, the rain, but it psychologically bothers me. From Qatar, disgusting from our team yesterday. Hope everything is enjoying the World Cup. Congratulations, England, says KJK. Thank you very much, pal. That horrible sound of pouring rain. Psychologically damaging me. There's Foden. Little dinky cross. No one's in there. And he's laughing on what Southgate wearing, says El Zah. Make sure you subscribe, by the way. We are very, very close to the end of this game, as you're sure you're aware. We're going to be live for the game between Netherlands and Senegal from the studio at 4 o'clock. Don't miss the studio shows. And also tonight we will be live for USA Wales as well. So another 2 games to come. Make sure you get involved. England top of the group, as you can see there. Big shout out to OneFootball, who sponsor our stats carousel, by the way. You can download that through the link in the description. Free to do it. Fantastic app with that. Iran with a chance to make it 2. Hit the bar. Good save by Pickford. Should have been 2. Mark, I think the ref thinks he get paid for every minute he's on the pitch, says Ronnie. And move to Australia, Mark. Plenty of sunshine here, says Wayne. I've never been to Australia. I would like to go. Don't forget, in the chat as well, we've got the player ratings. I'm going to be doing those in a minute on Twitch. I'm just going to have a little bit of a World Cup chat on Twitch. Bit of a chilled out, just chatting thing. Mark every player out of 10, 6 being the average, and I will be on Twitch very soon. I'll tweet it off Twitter, but it's Goldbridge TV on Twitch. Tune in for that. Good save by Pickford, wasn't it? Ref's going to add another 20 minutes on here. I'm going to have a quick wee, put the kettle on, and then we'll have a bit of a chat ahead of this Senegal game. Was there a discount on that mullet fade haircut for the England squad? Everybody has it, says Cameron. And yeah, if you want to get one of these jumpers, by the way, BoohooMan, links in the description, 40% off. It's a legendary jumper now. One thing's for sure, if you wear it, people will talk to you about it. It's an in. If you wear this in a pub, it's an in. People will go, is it a dress? Is it a waistcoat? And then you'll be like, is it an apron? And then, do you want a drink? See? It's a jumper. It's a great conversation starter, says it's Cammy. It is. Bigger tests to come for England, I think, is the best thing to say. "99 minutes. So this game, all in all, has been 115 minutes long. We had 15 minutes added in the first half, 10 in the second half. Fucking hell. I hope they're not all like this. Mark looks like Monica Lewinsky. Am I wearing it all day? I'm going to put something else. It's going to VAR now. It's going to VAR now. Just end the game. Fucking hell. This ref. Going to VAR now. Just end the game, you prat. For what? No, you can't give a penalty for that and then not give the Maguire one. Is he having a fucking laugh? You can't do that. It's the same fucking game. You can't do that. You can't give a penalty for that and then not give the one on Maguire. Bloody hell. If he gives it, don't you fucking dare, mate. Don't you fucking dare. Don't fucking give a penalty. Oh, he's given a penalty, you prat. What a prat. What a prat. How has he given that and not the one on Maguire? Absolute disgrace. Disgrace. In the fucking same game. Ah, gee, you know, just when you can't do that. You cannot do that. Yeah, Declan Rice pulls his shirt and he grabs him a little bit. But the Iranian was getting off with Maguire. He was trying to marry him. Oh, that's a joke. I know it's only going to be 6-2 and everyone will go, I'll be nice, let them have a goal. But no, the rules are the rules. The rules are the rules. In the same game, that's what pisses me off. In the same game, there's a worse foul in the box, not given. They get it. Oh, we'll give that. It's not on. It's not right. We've now been playing for 102 minutes as well. Oh, look at him. He's like he's bloody about to score the World Cup winner. Look how concentrated he is. I need a piss, mate. It's 6-1. Just fucking do a Rabana or whatever. Look how much he's... Look at him. Oh, my Christ. And then he passes it in the bottom corner. Just fucking take it, mate. Bloody what's he doing? He's losing 6-1. He thinks he's about to win the World Cup. Bloody hell, man. People have got their tea to make. It's a joke. 6-2. I don't know how we've... I mean, what I will say is well done to Iran for scoring 2 goals. I don't know how they managed that. You've won 2-6. Well done. 58 minutes second half, look. 58 minutes second half. We played an hour and 20. Oh, bog off. Do your player ratings. Mark every player out of 10, 6 being the average. I've enjoyed spending it with you and my dress. I'm going to be on Twitch in about 3 minutes. I need a quick piss. I'm going to make myself a cup of tea. And then we'll do the player ratings on Twitch. It's Goldbridge TV on Twitch, but I'll be tweeting it out. I'll see you over there in a minute. We're back here at 4 o'clock as well. We'll push you over to there, but I am going to be on Twitch for the player ratings. Player ratings is at the top of the video description. Mark every player out of 10 on unitedstand.com, and I'll see you in a few minutes on Twitch.